Mr. Dan Gernstein, campaign advisor for the Joe Lieberman presidential campaign.
Yisgadal v'yiskadash shemeh rabo ve'olemo divero chirusei ve'yamlich malchusei ba'agolo uvizman koriv ve'imeru omein.
Oh, boy.
This holiday season, the spirit of peace on earth and goodwill towards men is alive. The Sci-Fi Channel proudly presents a Whitney Houston Crack House Christmas.
Crack is whacked.
Live from a burnt-out, dilapidated storefront in the alley behind Freelandheisen Avenue in Newark, New Jersey. It's a Whitney Houston Crack House Christmas.
Crack is whacked.
With special guests Yasmin Bleeth, Leif Garrett, Nick Nolte, and Marion Barry.
'Twas the night before Christmas. I be parked in my car, snorting some coke and drinking gin from a jar.
It's a Whitney Houston Crack House Christmas with a surprise appearance by the Newark Undercover Narcotics Division and Whitney's bipolar husband, Bobby Brown.
Bitch!
Crack is cheap.
Brought to you without commercial interruption by Jamal and Kahim, who supplied the McCarter Highway hood.
Crack is whacked.
It's a Whitney Houston Crack House Christmas.
All right. Speaking of Bobby Brown.
Hey there, people, I'm Bobby Brown.
Let's
wait.
Wait a minute. Oh man, I think Frank Zappa's making a comeback, which would be great. Oh, speaking of shameless plugs, since we got about 13 minutes to fill, are we doing 2 breaks or 1?
No, just 1.
Just 1. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, let me scratch that out. When in doubt, scratch it out. Since we got 13 minutes to kill, we could play a little bit of that, not too much.
Boy is down, my car is bad. My teeth are shiny. I tell all the girls they can kiss my hiney.
I think that's enough.
Okay.
Well, no, we don't want to go crazy, especially your close friend being in the building is the rumor that I'm hearing around town. We don't want to have our corporate attorney get all bent out of shape because we're playing dirty stuff with Frank Zappa on there, or especially that Pharrell laugh in the background would be really a bad idea. Anyway, Skunk Ape, that's Tommy's band. Are you sure about that?
Yes, it definitely.
Are you sure?
I've seen them live a few times.
Heavy Metal, Skunk Ape Heavy Metal Live, December 18. Now, what day is that? Today's the 14th. It sounds like...
Saturday. Saturday, yeah.
Saturday at 10 p.m. Are you going to be there? No.
I won't be there now.
I'm going to check it out. No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
You are going to check it out?
Yeah.
Well, I'll be damned. And the Beast he'll be over at the Hard Rock playing the make-believe slots until the real ones come in.
No.
Now, have you ever gone over there and played there at the Hard Rock, those phony baloney, got to play bingo first, make-believe slot machines?
Yes, I've had the distinct honor of playing.
I still don't understand it, and please don't waste anybody's time by trying to explain it again, because I've had more people try to explain to me, well, you got to play bingo first, and then it must be really depressing.
Have you been there yet?
No. But every time I've driven by there, it's just packed. You can't get near that place.
Oh, yeah.
And these are the same people who warned everybody about the evils of gambling and those terrible slot machines. Yeah, right. Spend all that money on those ads. In the meantime, all they want to do is sop up all the business for themselves. I don't want to say that we got some selfish people involved in those organizations. You know what I'm saying?
John Killer.
Yeah. I wonder what Defoe would think of that. So what do you think of those machines there playing that crap?
Not my thing.
No.
No.
See?
Give me the real thing.
Exactly. It's like the difference between having sex with like a real person or with like a blow-up doll. Wouldn't you say that's a good analogy?
I would say so, yes.
Yeah. Well, maybe you'll work on one or the other pretty soon. Now, the Beast has a lovely girlfriend, is what I heard.
I do.
There you go. And if her sight ever comes back, it could be a little bit touchy. Let's see. This is going to be at the Factory in Fort Lauderdale. Skunk Ape, heavy metal of Tommy's band, our own squeaky voice Tommy. And do I want to give this phone number and stuff? No, let's not get carried away.
You give the website. They have a good website.
SkunkApeRock.com. No, I'm sorry, SkunkApeRocks.com. Well, I don't think we can say rocks. SkunkApeRocks.com. That's it. Is Tommy still sporting the short haircut now? Because if he's in that heavy metal band, I'm wondering why he did that. Why he started looking human
cut
again.
now. It's short and spiky.
How about the hair?
That too.
See, I'm tempted to and the good news is, boy, did I do a great job. Pat yourself on the back. Oh, look at that. What a great job I did, and I'm not even charging them for the engineering fee. I saved them another trip by our Toronto engineer coming up here, because when, you can handle it yourself. My 2 Denons came in yesterday. That's why I had that, which we didn't even have any dead air with that. We saved the dead air for later.
Perfect.
But it took out the old ones, required unscrewing 8 Phillips head screws. Although you ought to see in the back of this console here, it reminds me of behind my TV at the house.
Yeah.
It's like a spaghetti bowl, 80 million wires going all over it. So the only difficult thing is figuring out where the power cord goes in. But after that, it's a piece of cake. And I got my nice new
From the creators of the hottest video games.
So I spent hours and hours dubbing all kinds of stuff from the ACN library, Christmas stuff, all kinds of good stuff. Figured we'd kill some good time between now and the holidays, right? Yeah, that's the idea. So I did a really nice job. You're welcome, guys. All you people in middle and upper level management down there at QAM, you're welcome. That I'm so apt. Some people are inept at things like this. I'm very apt.
I think you should get the engineering fee.
I probably should. I mean, especially when you consider the amount of work that most of our engineers do in that studio there, as in less than none. It's pretty embarrassing. Okay, let's take a few calls here and kill a couple of minutes before we do that break. Then we'll start the show winding up official like at 11 o'clock. We got a pretty pristine lineup today. We got the Mad Dog at 2, the Humper at 4, the Big at 7. He really is.
Rock solid.
And Eddie K at 10. I'm beginning the feeling that the Big O is starting to, get upset with me. Is that true?
No, not at all.
I don't sense that.
No? I got the feeling when he was standing in the doorway that day that I was like ripping him an ass. No, he understands that I like him personally just fine. He's a good guy. He just blows on the air, that's all. What? Well, you know people like that. You work with one. I don't want to mention any names. In fact, you both work with one. Although I don't know if Dave Van Borg's a nice guy. Is he a nice guy?
Yeah.
He is a great guy, Dave.
See, there you go. So there's a difference. See, this again depends on whether you really want to run a business or whether it's like a fraternity. You want to have a bunch of nice guys around it, like never stole a freight train, really pleasant, easy to get along with, low-key, or you want to have people with talent. Because generally speaking, people with talent tend to be like hard-ass, like me, and like...
hey, stupid!
Yeah, we're not like easy to get along with. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing, buddy?
Pretty good, Pally.
Why do you have that fat retard in there? B, shut up. Don't talk again on Neil's show.
All right. Excellent. That's why we had 2 good starts in a row, 2 days in a row. Excellent. See, when you get your own hate club out there, that means you're starting to make some points.
I know.
WQAM, hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hi, Barry.
Oh, this is, that's Fat Boy's friend, and it goes to show you birds of a feather suck together. Just an absolute imbecile. Yeah, we got your fax the other day, retardo. You're an idiot. WQAM, hello. QAM.
This is Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Neil.
Yeah.
I need to ask you something. Why do you have the beast in the air, man?
Should we take a vote on whether the beast should stay or go?
That should be the poll today. Who wants the beast in the
air? 2 out of 3 ain't bad. You're batting .667. Even Ty Cobb never got an average like that. Even Baby Ruth never had one. Should have mentioned Baby Ruth. He'll probably go out and start stealing candy bars out of the prize closet like Fat Boy. Haven't been talking that much yesterday. I thought yesterday's show went fine.
It was okay. Sure.
Yeah. Even though we did have to start at like 10 o'clock, unbeknownst to us. And today, everybody's saying, well, they still haven't done the news yet. They haven't started doing the... And seriously, is John the Stutterer like somebody new on the Stern Show? Because there used to be Stuttering John that went to Letterman.
It's the same person.
So why does he call him John the Stutterer?
I don't know. It's just, Howard being...
No, maybe they have
witty.
A legal thing. Maybe you can't call him Stuttering John on his show. He has to be...
No, that's a separate guy than Stuttering John.
You sure?
Yeah, definitely. Stuttering John isn't there anymore. He's on
he's on
the Jay Leno show.
Leno.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Well, we're sure about that. He's on Leno.
I know he's on Leno, but I didn't know if he was back for a...
Hey, I got news for you. You better start learning your stutterers, man. And I'm starting to agree with this audience about the beast. He don't know his stutterers. Yeah. Pretty soon you're going to be doing a little stutter step right out the door there if you don't get with it. Now, yesterday was fine, and today will be even more fine. You'll see. WQAM, hello.
All right, well, for the beast to be taken off the air, too.
WQAM, hello.
Hey, you forgot to tell me what time the show started, you fat flesh-filled snowman.
Okay. WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Stuttering John is one guy. John the Stutterer is another guy. It's 2 separate people.
Thank you very much.
All right, buddy.
Have a great day.
What do I know?
Yeah, see, there's a real Stern guy. That's a New York guy. Good one. And he had the real lowdown. But Josh already knew that, which is interesting to me because Josh tells us he doesn't listen to the Stern Show.
Well, I did in high school. He's been around for a long time.
John the Stutterer?
Yeah.
There's
Stuttering John and there's John the Stutterer.
No, but I'm saying when Stuttering John was on the show, was John the Stutterer also on, or did he precede him?
Well, he's not like on the show. He's just like, they have like Gary the Retard and like these guys that
a little
they bring
misfit guest
from like
yeah.
And he's one of those guys that shows up every once in a while.
I see. Well, that's good. If we can get a few stutterers on here, huh? We might put us right over the top. WQAM, hello. Beast line.
Hey, the Beast is okay. But God forbid if you bring in Lenny Martez along with that Spanish music in the background, I'd be out.
Okay, thanks. Okay, so the Beast has got one leg up on Lenny Martez, and we're going to charge admission. You can take a peek at that. So now what's the story? Are you going to be on all week, or is this like a surprise? When I wake up in the morning, I find out who's waddling around in it?
I believe the only day I will not be here is Friday.
Friday, and we'll get the lovely Miguel. So I'll make sure that I don't read any bedtime stories on Friday.
The Howard Stern Show. Neil Rogers, mornings and midday. And sports around the clock. 5 QAM.
This is the Neil Rogers Show. This is your brain. Any questions?
Excuse me.
Hi, can I help you?
Hi, yeah. I just bought these, and I'd like to have them gift wrapped. Do you have Christmas wrapping?
Sure. 2 hours over near the Christmas tree.
2 hours. Oh, thank you very much. Pardon me, is this Christmas wrapping?
That's right, fool. Check it out. Happy holiday, y'all. We hope it's merry, because you're going to be broke come January.
On second thought, I think I'll do my own Christmas wrapping.
Go ahead then, chump, and wrap your own. It ain't so easy when you do it at home, because we got the wrap, we got the ribbon, and you know we love money more than Robbie Gibbons. We got the wrap.
Thank you.
We got the rap.
I don't know about you, but I'll be real happy when all these holiday things are over with. All of the good part of it is it isn't as invasive as it used to be. Man, when I was a kid, it would start like right from the second Thanksgiving Day was over, and sometime even before Thanksgiving, they would start with, the Christmas Carol and the Christmas song, and just bury you with it. You're just drowning in pine trees.
Well, now it's all about the shopping.
All the holidays now are about the big bucks, baby. That's what it's all about cash. Here's the poll result from yesterday. They hated this poll, even though we had 1,445 votes, which isn't too bad, but they hated it. And, of course, Josh was going to put Elvis on there. He said, boy, that's a good one, absolutely. And then, of course, it just slipped your mind.
Yeah, I guess so.
You're too busy worried about going and playing the slots at the Hard Rock Casino over there.
Yeah, I was planning it out, so I forgot.
I don't know why you're so militant about that. It makes no difference to me one way or the other. In fact, when you go to Vegas or anywhere, I hope you win some money. Good luck to you. But, no, I don't know why you're so
really
militant about it. I think George has got you brainwashed.
It has nothing to do with George.
George has got you convinced that if you admit, in fact, you probably have played the slots, just maybe a few quarters, but if you admit doing it, people think you're gay, which they should know better than that.
Yeah, I live my life on what George thinks.
Not that you're getting defensive or anything like that. And you shouldn't be the defensive one. It's Beast that the audience is attacking. We haven't even just officially started the show now. They're already got him under attack. I bet you I wouldn't have to do anything here the whole day. We could just take calls on the Beast.
There's a ton of people out there that hate me for some reason.
Well, I can't imagine why.
They're all Howard fans.
They're what?
They're Mo fans.
Oh, I didn't know which Howard you. We got so many Howards in so little time. You got to be more Pacific. When you do that, you got to go like that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Right. Oh, now wait a minute. You say there's a ton of people out there that hate you, and they're all Howard David fans. We don't have a ton of fans.
They were, listening to Howard when I was on the show, and they don't like you.
Yeah. In other words, Juan from Little Havana hates you, right?
And his cousin, and his uncle,
and chronic
brother.
Catholic Dennis, and who else? Who else ever called that show? The same half a dozen misfits.
Yeah.
See, I tried, but I'm not going to go into it. There's no point in, crying over spilt milk, because nobody will listen to me. I know nothing about doing a talk show. What the hell would I know? But when you put on the same chronic losers day after day, for 2 seconds, they might be amusing, like, please, like Prozac Ron. He's kind of got his moment. And that's all it gets is just a moment. And that's it.
Now they're somewhere else.
What do you mean?
They're calling someone else.
Yeah, I heard Juan from Little Havana is calling Joe Rose over on the ESPN 790. Is that correct?
That is true.
Well, that's why Joe was off to a good start there. He was going to put in a big number, but if he's going to pick up all the slop that Mo left behind, it's not a good idea, Joe. I thought the little dog was a little bit sharper than that. We asked yesterday which celebrity is most successful only because of his or her personal appearance, dead or alive, whatever. Brittany, 426. She wins by a pretty comfortable margin. Couldn't sing her out of a paper sack, not that anybody cares. And the more slutty she becomes, I think that people are starting to like her a lot more.
Right.
See, George thinks that they like her less. I disagree. I think she's becoming more popular. Now she's got the slut appeal. No?
I think people are getting pretty tired of her.
Really?
Yeah.
And Nicole Smith, 311. Back in the day, before she was beast-like. Pam Anderson, 301. Another one that George hates. Jessica Simpson, 144. See how it always comes back to little George. Jessica was right there in the studio that day, and George, of course, the fact that he barely comes up to the top of the counter So he spent a lot of time looking under the counter. Ashton Kutcher, and that has got to be one of the worst shows, that 70s show.
It was good when it first started, but now it's...
Oh, that show is so bad, and the characters on there are so bad, especially that little Mexican guy, whatever his name is.
Oh, yeah, I forget it.
Oh, man, give me a break.
Gay.
Yeah. Ashton Kutcher, 79. J-Lo, 75.
Rectum.
I still believe she's one of those. Marilyn Monroe, 35, rest in peace. Brad Pitt got...
About 30, man.
But he still can act, but you're right, if he wouldn't have looked pretty good, and it still looks good, as a matter of fact, but if he didn't, he probably never would have got a shot. Enrique the Greasiest. I thought poor Enrique, my close personal friend, would take a real bruising and beating on this, but he didn't. He only got 23 votes. Maybe they, buy all of his music. I sure wish we could play one bit, you know. Well, there's a whole bunch of them, but like this. It's going to be mucho frío.
The temperature is 0.
Yeah, we only wish the temperature was 0 Celsius. What? I can't play that. Especially with your close girlfriend in the building there. I'm going to start playing some of these censored bits now. You got to be dreaming, mister. No wonder the audience hates you like poison. Enrique, 23. Tommy Cruise, 15. Who was very good in Magnolia, which you still haven't watched. The good news is the Beach took my advice and watched Fatso yesterday.
Yeah, I did.
And?
Outstanding.
Good results. See, I told you. In fact, when he came in this morning, he said...
Get the honey, Junior.
And James Dean had 6. We apologize for not putting Elvis on there. He'd have done okay. Although, you know, I really don't know. You can't judge. It's after the fact. It's too many years down the road. Could he sing? Was he good? Was he just... I don't know. Was he in the right place at the right time? Don't know. Can't really say. Ursula Andress. Boy, is she still alive?
I don't know. I'll have to look that up.
Idea.
Better Google it, man. Because she was born March 1936. March 1936. Wasn't that the year of the Olympics in Germany, in Munich?
Somewhere around there.
When Jesse Owens ran there and, Hitler was having a nervous cow because there was a black American guy that was, beating the crap out of everybody. Remember that?
Yeah.
You were there.
Yeah, I was right there.
Ursula was born in Ostermundigen, Bern, Switzerland.
Huh?
Her younger sister, Katie Andress, tried to become a model to undress, but she failed. Anyway, Ursula Andress, she's made, 80 trillion movies here. I got 6 pages, which I'm not going to bore you with. Cremaster 5, Alice Gelogen, whatever that means, Fantagiro 4, Fantagiro 3, which makes sense to me, Il Professore Diva, Man Against the Mob, the Chinatown Murders, then a bunch of German stuff that I can't pronounce. Falcon Crest she was in. What year was that? 81. Peter the Great. Is she still alive or is she croak?
No, she's alive.
Manimal. So that makes her 68. Well, that's not so old. She's only 6 years older than I am. Oh, brother, you know what it's like to get old. You will someday. Clash of the Titans, Leti Salvaggi, The Fifth Musketeer, Doppio Delitto, Montagne del Dio Carabali. Well, I love reading the Italian.
What year was she born?
She was born 1936.
36.
She's 68.
Yeah.
Can you do the math?
Yeah, I tried.
L'Infermiera. Like I said, I sure wish I wouldn't have to read this Italian. Safari Express and a whole bunch of other crap. Ursula Andress. It's a pretty good picture. It's not spectacular, but we're running a little low.
Yeah, we're really thin.
George, yeah. Yeah. Speak for yourself. We're really thin when you're doing the show with me and the Beast. Yeah. George is going to have to replenish that supply pretty soon here. Okay, so the hockey thing now, Barry Jackass, how many people care about this?
About 30, man.
Nobody really cares there about this whole hockey thing. So what we're going to do today, instead of doing the show, don't you think it would be a good idea just to play the third period of the 1967 Game 6 Maple Leaf Stanley Cup Finals, Maple Leafs and the Montreal Canadiens? Don't you see, Duff is there. That's why he's not here this week. He can't be with us because Duff is playing hockey. Can't you just see that?
5:28 is the time of the goal. Ferguson shoots it in.
Anyway, there are no people here to care about hockey in South Florida, and that's a very sad thing. But the fact of the matter is, we don't deserve to have a franchise, and I have a feeling we won't. But the bad news is, let's see, this is from the Globe and Mail, which I think might be a little bit more to the point than Barry Jackass. I don't know why I think that, but I'm just assuming an article in the Toronto paper might be a little more perspicacious about the world's greatest sport, as opposed to Barry Jackass, who's sitting there with a little brown paper sack that Mommy packed this morning with his bologna sandwich and peanut butter and jelly.
And corduroys.
Is this the end? Oh, he wears corduroy pants?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God. What kind of pansy wears corduroy pants? I guess the answer is Barry Jackass. And if anybody talks to me about Scott Peterson today, guess what? I don't care. I really don't care. Fry his ass, give him the old needle. I just don't care.
It's going to be years before he does.
Yeah. They said minimum 20 years. And guess what? I still don't care. If they killed him tomorrow, it wouldn't make any difference. Guilty as hell, and I still don't give a crap. Is this the end, says the Globe and Mail? The National Hockey League plans to reject last week's proposal from the Players Association for a 24% salary rollback, according to a confidential memo leaked yesterday, a decision that very well could lead to the cancellation of the entire 2004-05 hockey season. Nice going, Geldy. That's something that would be like getting the job as the lead singer, the lead act at the MGM Grand.
Right.
And then you discover they just went bankrupt and they're closing down next week, something like that. Right?
Yes.
In an 8-page memorandum sent to the NHL by its 30-member club,
About 30, man.
and obtained by TSN, the sports network, the NHL made it clear it'll turn down the players' proposal and counter with one of its own today when NHL Commissioner, the unctuous Gary Bettman, meets with Players Union Executive Director Bob Goodnow in Toronto. Every indication yesterday was that the league will once again demand to link player salaries and revenue, which the players view as a salary cap and a non-starter. Forget it. Unless the league responds today with a counter-proposal that the players view as tolerable, something most observers believe to be unlikely, don't expect to hear Hockey Night in Canada theme music this winter. How do you like that? That's their take on it here. I'm sure Barry Jackson didn't write that. Yeah, don't expect to hear that this winter, is what they're saying. It says the lockout is in its 90th day. It's believed that a collective agreement must be achieved by the end of January for the league to have any kind of meaningful regular season and playoffs. Given that the players already believe they've given away too much, a hardening of positions is the likely immediate outcome. If they reject this offer, I think you could write off the season, Vancouver Canucks goaltender Dan Cloutier said Sunday night. Added Brad Lukowicz of the Stanley Cup champion Tampa Bay Lightning. The way Bettman's been handling the thing so far, it doesn't look good. If they're not going to take an offer like this, there's nothing else we can give back. Signs yesterday suggested precisely that scenario. An outright rejection of the union's offer was about to unfold. That's all I'm going to spend on that because nobody cares. How we have a hockey franchise, and don't get me wrong, once upon a time it was pretty enjoyable, especially that one season, but that's starting to fade back into the background, wouldn't you think?
Bring back the Rats, man.
Yeah, no, in fact, I saw a clip. Of course, we got hockey games all over the place here on TV, but I saw a clip from that a few days ago, and I was thinking how Bush League that was. That was embarrassing.
Really?
Only in South Florida would they litter the ice, with a bunch of plastic rats. And then it took all kinds of threats. You remember, after that, the next season, a bunch of jerks would start throwing rats on the ice just at any given moment, like in the middle of the game. They'd have to stop the game because guys would get killed skating over anything you threw on the ice. And then they had to start threatening people with with penalty of death, getting shot and dropped right at center ice if they would keep throwing the rats on there. In fact, remember the league said they were going to call a penalty, delay a game penalty against the Panthers if they continued doing that. That's a bunch of jerks we had who don't understand the sport. That's South Florida for you. So many jerks in so little time, man. Jackasses, idiots. No matter what. That's why I stopped going to the Dolphin games. Every time you go, you got some drunk sitting there knocking somebody's soda over, or somebody kicks a beer and they're starting to brawl and stand, or it's the Jet fans and the Dolphin fans. Just a bunch of drunken slob bums is what you get. Now, I'm not saying it's not true other places, but that's why it's so great when you got the NFL package and you sit on your ass at home and watch the game for free, right?
Oh, without a doubt. It's the best.
It's the only way to go. Who the hell wants to go to a sporting event anymore when it's become such a barbaric bunch of crap? By the way, last night, I made a bad mistake. I went to bed at halftime. Not that I really care about the outcome. I was pulling for Kansas City.
You missed a offensive juggernaut.
48. Well, you didn't watch it.
No, I was watching Fetzo.
Kansas City 49, Tennessee 38. Tennessee scored right before the end of the half, and I thought, boy, Kansas City's defense is so bad. They just can't stop anybody. But their offense is so awesome. They're very much like the Bengals.
Or the Rams a few years ago.
Great offense, put a ton of points on the board, but they couldn't stop Grandma, so it turned out to be a pretty good game. Not that anybody... Let's not get too sports intensive now, okay? Let's get in the holiday spirit. Whatever that means. 11:30. They hate the beast. That's the good news. They hate you like poison.
Woohoo.
Oh, before we do the break, I'm going to get way behind. Here's the poll today. Thanks again to Sean in Hollywood, man. He's coming up with all kinds of polls. There should be a law against. Here's a good list. Let me change the poll on here. Polls. I feel so powerful being able to do this, like right in the middle of the show. Switch. There you go. Click the button and I switch. There should be a law against retired people driving during rush hour, writing a check at a grocery retail store, commercials at movie theaters, stupid people voting, organized religion, stupid people breeding, using the word closure, locker room interviews, and I added using cell phones in a restaurant or movie theater. I'd like to just blow the brains out of those people, And I can understand if it's like somebody that's like a paramedic or a doctor, like an emergency, right? Although most of those people have beepers, not cell phones, right?
No one has beepers anymore, do they?
Oh, yeah. Sure they do.
I don't know.
Joyce, she's got one. Go. Maybe she'll let you take a look at it. Maybe she'll let you beep it.
Language tape number 6. The convenience store. Follow along and repeat. Convenience store manager.
Hello, may I be to helping you, please?
Repeat.
Hello, may I be to helping you, please?
Customer.
Yes, I would like a pack of Parliament Lights.
Convenience store manager.
You want a Parliament Light?
Repeat.
You want a Parliament Light?
Customer.
Yes, I would like a pack of Parliament Lights.
Convenience store manager.
This a Parliament Light?
Repeat.
Is this a Parliament Light? This one, Parliament?
Customer.
No, neither one of those is the Parliament Light.
Wait, no, is it this one?
No,
Or this?
no, it's not that one.
You want a Parliament Light?
Yes, I want the Parliament Lights, please.
Is it over here?
No,
This
the
one?
Parliament Light.
This one?
No,
Parliament Light?
no, can't you see it's the
This one, Parliament Light.
No, over there by the dirty magazine.
What?
Can't you see it? Listen, laundryhead, it's the Parliament Light.
Now,
Can't you see it's right over
turn this tape over for language tape number 7. Ordering Chinese food over the phone.
Oh, that one's coming up a little bit later. Yeah, I got all kinds of really great stuff that we haven't heard in years on this show that I dubbed thanks to my 2 new Denon CD decks here. Yeah, I mean, as long as I was going to go to the trouble of putting them in there, might as well do something useful with them, right?
Right.
So I dubbed like tons of great stuff that we haven't heard in a coon's age. Things like that.
I'm dying over here.
My name is Barry. Sing like a fairy. I write bad songs about romance while I'm wearing spandex pants. I'm kinda shrimpy. My songs are wimpy. I had a series of big hits, and that was back in '76. Now no one wants to hear. They only laugh and sneer. They won't admit that they own my albums, 'cause my songs are queer. Got a nose shape like a banana. My 2 fans both live in Montana.
Absolutely.
Got a nose shape like a banana. Up my nose you can fit half of the city of Atlanta. I write the song. I've got a honker the size of Yonkers. When I get a stuffed up nose, I need Tristan in a hose. But now I'm on the case. My life is back in place. And so I'm singing again and sticking my schnoz in your face. Got a nose shape like a banana. My 2 fans both live in Montana. Got a nose shape like a banana. Up my nose you could fit half of the city of Atlanta. I write the songs. Like a banana. Like a banana. Like a banana.
11:22 at 560 WQM. Happy holidays to all our friends out there, and even those who aren't our friends. Those who like stab us in the back and in the front. Those people that hate the beast like poison and would like to poison your sushi. Oh, that's right, you don't eat sushi.
No, not really.
Well, poison whatever you're eating. Poison your steak at the Capitol Grill. Wouldn't that be justice, huh? That'll teach you to pick on Ruth Chris. Although Beast did admit this morning, who was it? One of your paisans, your brother or somebody?
Yeah, one of my girlfriends. My girlfriend's brother, actually.
Your girlfriend's brother, ate at Ruth Chris in Fort Lauderdale, said it was out effing standing is what he said.
Yeah.
I think I'm quoting him directly. Here's the facts that says, without a doubt, it says, what about restaurant menus? Oh, ads in restaurant menus. I've never seen ads in restaurant menus. Have you?
Yeah, you know who does that a lot, not to offend them, is the Cheesecake Factory.
It says, it's amazing to me that an old, overweight gay Jew is the only person sending common sense through our airwaves. Please never retire. From Marcello in Pembroke Pines. A gay, fat, overweight Jew. Anyway, ads in restaurant menus. I don't think anybody knows about that much. Maybe you've seen them. I've never seen them. I never heard of it. See, I don't want to put something obscure on a poll. I think our poll is fine the way it is. I mean, there's a million other things we can be upset about, but that's not the point. We're taking 2 polls today. One on the website like we always do. There should be a law against, and then we got a list of very fine things. And then the other one on the phone about the beast. Well, I didn't plan it that way, but you got to go with the flow, man. Craig in Miami says there should... I love this. What excellent timing. Craig in Miami says there should be a law against the beast's fat ass living and working. Oh, man. Yeah, we'll be taking that full. Al, I'll get to your very serious and important facts momentarily, but we got to keep it light, man. Keep it light. It's the holidays. Keep it light. Don't get us depressed with all this morbid stuff. People want a little break from that. Don't you understand? All the murder and bloodshed and dishonesty and corruption and Bernie Kerik's third wife that he didn't bother telling anybody about. Boy, that Bush sure knows how to pick him, doesn't he?
Oh.
In fact, I think he'd be perfect down there in South Dade in the you pick 'em fields.
Fit right in, man.
Yeah. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, you asked about strunz yesterday?
Strunz, yes.
It's Dutch for feces.
It's Dutch?
It's Dutch. My dad's old girlfriend was Dutch, and she'd use that all the time.
Strunz, but how come Sonny was saying it in The Godfather?
I have no clue.
That's got to be an Italian word. Strunz?
Strunz.
Okay.
Okay, just wanted to give you the information.
Thanks a lot, Pally. Have a great holiday. Okay. He says it's Dutch for feces.
I can't see
man.
a Dutch word being used in The Godfather.
I can't see The Godfather doing no Dutch, you know? Santino especially. I can see him saying...
You can act like a man! Look out!
Yeah. In fact, do we have anything from Sonny on this or not? I'm not really sure if we got any Sonny on here. Let's see. No, we got Sonny gets shot on the causeway. Oh, and here's Sonny does say...
You're taking this very personal.
Yeah.
You're taking this very personal.
Oh, he's great. James Caan is so good. And isn't it interesting how he became... You know, there's like the two James Caans, right?
Right.
There's the young James Caan, like in Godfather.
Sure.
And then there's the later James Caan, like in... what the hell was the movie where with Kathy Bates?
Kathy Bates.
Come on. Where she locked him up in the house. Get out of here.
Pet Cemetery? I don't know.
I
have no idea.
With Kathy Bates.
Wasn't it like a Stephen King movie? Was it one of those?
It was something like that, where she was his biggest fan. He was an author, a writer, and she locked him up in a house, and because he had an accident, and she took him home, and she locked him up in a house and wouldn't let him out, and he had to force his way out. What the hell was the name of that movie? It was
I don't
great.
remember.
Well, you ought to know. Fat Kathy Bates was in it. You should know about them fat people. Right. WQAM hate the beast line. Hello.
Yes, you're thinking of Misery.
Misery, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Well, that was quick. Misery. Well, see, Misery Loves Company. That was the name of it, Misery. I saw that several times. You haven't seen that?
I saw bits and pieces of it.
Come on, you'll love it. That's a great movie. Now, have I ever steered you wrong? What two movies? Network you loved, right?
Right.
And Fatso was right up our alley.
Exactly.
Fatso was just absolutely...
Get the honey, Junior.
Perfecto, and your Misery you love. It's well worth your time.
Maybe that'll be tonight's pick.
It's no Videodrome. Don't ever go see that. Don't buy that. Oh, brother. I wish I had the hour and a half back in my life that I wasted watching that piece of turd with the very unctuous and pockmarked James Woods. I mean, he's been in some good movies, like Once Upon... Now, did you see Once Upon a Time in America?
No.
What is with you? Although I bet you Josh hasn't seen that either.
No, I haven't.
Now you're laughing, but you'd like it. It's a gangster movie. It's like Godfather, when it goes on forever. It's about 3.5 hours long at least, but it's great. And James Woods is in that. Who else is in that? Brian Bloom and Robert De Niro. It's great. You never heard of Once Upon a Time in America?
No.
This is Joe Bowen, the voice of the Toronto Maple Leafs. They don't come any better than Neil Rogers.
Bar, master of the romantic slide whistle.
And rock legend Led Zeppelin. Together for the first time. Zipcar and Zeppelin. Schlock meets rock. The Master and the Blaster. Wait till they see the power bill for this one. The Sim and Sam World Tour. It'll take the lead out of your whistle.
27 till noon at 560 WQM. So here's the Emerson Strunz.
Yeah.
Paul in the Gables, who seems to know his crap, says, I'm Italian. The word Strunz is a southern Sicilian corruption of the word stronzo. Stronzo means turd.
You turd.
How do you like that?
Lovely.
Now, was he talking about you or what?
You're taking this very personal.
All right. So Strunz means turd. Very good. Yeah, I would have thought that Santino would not be speaking in Dutch. Now, let's see. I got a really good article here. Tim Goodman, Couch Potatoes, it's time to drop the remote. A little more on what a story I had the other day about the Parents Television Council. Remember that toward the end of the show?
Yes.
But it's very long. I'm not going to do it till after. Well, I'll get around to it.
Okay.
Well, I want to get a lot of votes in here on you.
They don't
because
like me, man.
This came out of left field, and we're finding the audience hates you like poison, man. There should be a law against using cell phones in a movie theater or a restaurant. That was my choice, adding on to Sean's fine list, and that seems to have moved into the top with 23. Organized religion, that's what I voted for, 21. Get rid of it, man. Ban it. It's a cancer on all of mankind. Organized religion, disorganized religion, fairy tales, mumbo-jumbo. Just like that story about the church people with the malls. Well, they got the menorah. Why can't we have, everybody's got like a peeing contest. Whose religion is better and whose symbols, whose tchotchkes are better than, enough already with the crap.
We need to put baby Jesus outside of Bernines.
How about the Virgin Mary? Stupid people breeding, 22. Organized religion, 21. Stupid people voting, 11. Retired people driving during rush hour, 10. Commercials at movie theaters, 8. Right, and I'll tell you another thing that bugs me. Maybe we ought to put it on there. Commercials on DVDs.
Oh, yeah, all the previews and commercials.
I watched Gotti, which is an excellent movie. Have you seen it?
No.
You haven't seen anything. It's very good. But when you get the DVD, I forget what movie they're promoting on there. Oh, it's, I know what it is, Spider-Man. You don't have to go see Spider-Man because half of the movie is on there in the preview before you wind up seeing Gotti. It's a bop, and I don't care about stinking Spider-Man. What the hell is his name? He gives me spilkies. I can't stand. Tobey Maguire, is that him?
Yeah.
Retired people driving during rush hour, 10. Commercials, movie theaters, 8. Writing a check at a grocery retail store, 6, especially if I happen to be standing on that line. Using the word closure, 2, and locker room interviews, only 1 out of 105. First 105 vote. Well, we got faxes coming here. All kinds of crap going on today. Why is that? Today is December 14, last time I checked.
It's a big day.
Why is that?
I don't know.
Here's a fax from Al in Weston. A little bit too much on the heavy side, Al. I understand your concern. I appreciate it, but lighten up a little bit. After watching Spanish television, TVE Live, the last few weeks, I have TV España, that is, I have to conclude that our democracy is either dead or on life support. Well, what a bulletin, man. Nice going, Al. Spain suffered a terrorist attack March 4, 2004. A commission to investigate the facts surrounding that criminal attack was immediately formed. For several weeks, they have grilled under oath everyone on live TV, including ex-President Aznar. It occurred under his watch, and present President Zapatero. We suffered a major criminal terrorist attack, 9/11, against the Twin Towers in New York. We lost 3,000 innocent lives. A 9/11 commission in our country was formed. Our President Bush opposed it. He didn't appear under oath in front of it. Instead, he sent Condoleezza to BS us and had some commission members visit him at the White House, him and the Vice President, of course, Dick, to speak about 9/11 off the record. It looks like old Europe has a better democracy and really wants to get to the truth. Cordially, says Al, and then he goes on about in the Herald. I agree with you. But what are we going to do? We're going to sue somebody? Is that what we're going to do?
Yeah, sue them all.
Yeah, sue the beast. Take out your frustration, sue his fat ass. Here's one that says, boy, a lot of polls today, a lot of stuff. Oh, Blockbuster dropped late fees. You faxed that to me?
Yeah.
Well, screw them. I don't care what that is. I don't want any faxes about Blockbuster unless they're going out of business. I hate them like poison. But be sure and go there and get whatever movie you're watching tonight. What is it?
I don't remember.
See, you're not going to watch it.
Oh, it's with Tom Cruise. I don't know.
Magnolia?
There you go, Magnolia.
No, but what was the one I said before you were going to watch? It was Once Upon a Time in America, but in between there was another one you need to watch that you hadn't seen. No, not Gotti. Forget about it. Oh,
forget
God,
about
no wonder
it.
they
Not
despise
even
it. Believe it or not, the sports station up the dial between 1300 and 1500 is having O.J. Simpson on for a fluff interview later today with that annoying chick. Sports station between 13 and 1500. What station is that?
1400.
That's a sports station now?
Yes.
They used to Light Bulb Jr.?
Yes.
She said she's going to ask him about the Heisman Trophy in his playing days at USC. I'm trying not to vomit. It says, what a cheap prank to get some national attention. I am done with that station. Well, nobody ever started with it, so why shouldn't you be done? Although it only comes in between Sampler Road and Hollywood Boulevard anyway. Right. That's the station that Norma Kent used to be on, and Joyce Kaufman, and all of these other crazy people that didn't belong on here in the first place. And not to mention, what's his name? What the hell was the one that Phil Henry used to do all the time?
I don't know. What's his name?
I don't know. I can't think of it. The one with the speech defect.
No idea.
Anyway, I don't have time for this right now. I'll take a couple of calls. Then I want to read this about the Parents Television Council. Just to give you a little tip-off on this, 99.8% of indecency complaints to the FCC in 2003 all came from the Parents Television Council. Just like I said yesterday, the overwhelming majority of complaints come from professional complainers,
right,
including individuals and organizations, like the American Family Association, the Florida Family Association, and certain unmentionable individuals. Come from the same chronic, that's their life, that's their whole deal.
I have no life.
Professional complainers, and unfortunately this government we got now and this FCC, they love that. They love those people because they're looking for an excuse to, nail everybody's ass. That's what it's all about. WQAM, Bash the Beast line, hello.
Hey, Neil,
What about the people driving slow in the left-hand lane on the interstate that won't get out of the way?
Yeah, we're not adding any more in the pool. Thank you, sir. We're not building the pool. The pool's fine. It's already got 85,000 choices on there, too, okay? Lots of things we can be upset about. Like people that call it just don't get it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Get it. Get with it. Get with the program, all right, Pally? Oh, the drivers here are so bad. Yeah, right, great. Well, guess what? It ain't going to get any better. The drivers in Florida suck, and especially in South Florida really suck because most of them are over the age of 100. A whole bunch of the rest of them just got off the banana boat and got their driver's license in a box of Cracker Jack, right?
Yeah.
So who the hell gives a crap? Don't forget, it's Bash the Beast Day on QAM.
You're listening to Neil Rogers exclusively on 560 QAM.
Howard David's a bitch.
You've bought his records. You've seen his films. You've even purchased the Dayglow Velvet Memorial paintings at the gas station. As a true Elvis fan, you think you've heard it all. But wait, there's more. Now you can buy secret recordings of Elvis's last telephone conversations. Yes, it's the Elvis tapes.
Hello, baby. This is Elvis. And I want you to come over right now and make me a big peanut butter and then a sandwich. A peanut butter and then a sandwich will get me through the night.
You'll hear Elvis in his most intimate moments.
Hello, Pizza Man, Pizza. Yeah, this is Elvis. Won't you bring me over a couple large pies? No, make it 3. Don't make it 6, double cheese. Yeah, I'm home. I'm alone. And I'm hungry.
And you'll hear Elvis reveal how he really feels about the one true love of his life.
I want you back. I want you back in my life, baby. And on your way back, would you pick up some donuts, please? Big jelly, cream donuts, Corellis, Jimmy's Danish too. I love my big honey glazed donuts. Without them, I can't do.
The Elvis tapes.
Oh, give me more donuts.
Available now in drugstores everywhere.
I love to eat. Let me want to too. I give me a big pot of spaghetti.
16 till noon at 560. I haven't played that in years, man. There's so much good stuff. Huh?
I thought that was a scene from Fatso.
Yeah, it could have been. But I'm sure that a lot of our longtime listeners, the ones that haven't croaked yet, are thinking, boy, we haven't heard some of these bits in a long time, and isn't this great? For the holidays, you bet.
It is great.
Here's the fax that says, how about old men disgustedly blowing their nose at the table in a restaurant? Well, that would be good, except I'm not adding that on there. I am going to add one on my own, though.
Okay.
And that is screaming little kids at a fancy restaurant.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? That's one of the all-time worst. For example, if you go into Ruth Chris, and I've never had this experience because I don't know if people bring little kids into a fine, expensive establishment like that. But many times I've gone into a nice restaurant, and there are people with their bratty little screaming, and they always seem to sit them right across the table next to me, you know?
Right.
Screaming, wailing, bratty little kids, much too young to be in a fancy restaurant like that. If you can afford to eat in there, you can afford a babysitter, okay, you jackasses? So I am putting that one on there. You got it, John?
Throwing
Good.
food, throwing silverware.
Boca Bob says, I have to be careful the way I read this because you know who's in the building.
Right.
Boca Bob says, below is an excerpt from an interview with Charlie Stella, an author of Mafia books. Charlie Stella. No, it's not really Stella, it's Stella. 2 L's in Italian is not a Y. But anyway, it says, more appropriately, it doesn't mean turd, it means little Schmidt. Thus you can see Sonny using the term calling Paulie a little Schmidt. Paulie, that's Strunz. He sold out the old man. Which I know, we got to do it. Where the hell is Clemenza? Huh? I love Clemenza. You should love Clemenza, too. Fat people got to...
I do like
Oh, Paulie, won't see him no more.
Yeah, won't see him no more, Paulie. Anyway, P.S., it says, Carmelo Pietro Stella. I'm sure that's not right. My old man's family is Sicilian. My mother's Neapolitan. Maybe he knows George Napolitano Jr. and Anthony.
I like Napolitan ice cream.
My mom... Now, nobody with any taste eats Neapolitan ice cream. You've got to be joking.
I don't. No, I don't like it.
Strawberry, chocolate, and vanilla. I have one word for that, okay?
Yeah.
Fe. My mom, Speranza, which means hope, of course, is Telese. When I was a kid, my grandfather on my mother's side, Pietro. I wonder if he's kin to Nick Pietro, the jockey from New England. Used to call me Strunz, Little Schmidt. Until I was 5 or so, I thought that was my name, says Boca Bob. Nice hearing from you, Boca Bob. Strunz. Anyway, Tim Goodman writes, couch potatoes, it's time to drop the remote. He says, email the FCC, stop the Parents Television Council before it gets beyond the TV. It was a long, long thing, but I'm going to read anyway. You wouldn't mind, because it'll give you more time to eat. Did we get food yesterday?
Well, we get our normal dose of Howie's.
Josh had some food.
I'm not even going to touch that. You know, the idea that you're not eating, that there's any kind of edible...
Did I eat any of your food yesterday?
No.
No.
You ate nothing there during the show yesterday.
I brought something.
Yeah, what's that?
I don't remember what I brought. Today I brought...
For
I brought
triple cheeseburgers.
I brought pita and hummus.
Oh man!
And Josh doesn't know what hummus is, so.
Oh my God, hummus!
Boy, does he have a lot of chutzpah.
Yeah, chutzpah goes with hummus. Fair. Tim Goodman, San Francisco Chronicle writes, my vote for best media television story of the year goes to the one you may have missed. Media Week reported on December 6th that of all the indecency complaints to the FCC in 2003, of all of them, a startling 99.8% of them came from one conservative group, the Parents Television Council. And through October this year, apart from complaints over Janet Jackson's infamous wardrobe malfunction, a full 99.9% of the complaints about indecency have again come from the Parents Television Council. This means a small group of highly mobilized conservative watchdogs has essentially driven a moral values campaign directed at the FCC. Hey, Blue Staters, this is a much smaller picture than you might have ever imagined. Forget about looking at that depressing election map and feeling overwhelmed like you're on a cultural island apart from the rest of the country. The sad fact is, while you've been pouting, and prior to that, while you were watching Jon Stewart and gloating, you let a small group of reactionary conservatives set the agenda. In short, you've fallen asleep at your Mac, friends. In the land of the tech-savvy, you've been emailing among yourselves instead of sending off missives to FCC Chairman Michael Powell. You missed a chance to say, hey, Mike, I'm an adult who knows how to work my TV's remote control. I may not like everything I see, but I want you to know that I'm disinterested in creating some McCarthy-esque chill factor in the creative community. Yours sincerely. What's the use of all that wireless capacity, that lust for cool tech, if you're going to surf eBay instead of, say, dictate the national debate on indecency? The Media Week story, a beautiful pinprick in the hype-filled balloon of rampant American worries about morality, can be read by clicking here, and he's got a link to it. Stories on it will be on our website. Or just type this into your search engine. Media Week, incompetent Michael Powell, gutless FCC, Parents Television Council, killing the First Amendment, much ado about people who don't like nipples or gays or art. That might get you some hits to start with. If 2004 was the year the culture war became a scene out of The Lord of the Rings, we now know that scare tactics and chest-pounding about moral values came from the finger-clicking of a relative few and found their way up to the FCC and out of the mouth of President Bush. Just remember, you might feel like you're in Helm's Deep right now, but when you look out the vanquishing horde of conservative watchdog goons, it's just really a CGI illusion, which means there's hope in beating back the censorship rampage of a very tiny minority. The Media Week story said that the number of complaints to the FCC in 2003 totaled 240,000, which was up from a mere 14,000 in 2002. People complaining to the FCC, both in 2001 and 2000, numbered about 350 each year. So let's see, that's roughly the amount of people in 3 BART train cars on your morning commute, representing the entire country. Until the Parents Television Council gets wise to the Internet, of course, the Media Week story said Powell went to Congress in 2003 and played the town crier, saying there was a dramatic rise in public concern and outrage about what's being broadcast into their homes. Except there wasn't. The FCC, no surprise to anyone who knows this bunch of Plato-spine public servants, were used. Now the Parents Television Council and Powell have responded to the Media Week story by saying, hey, it doesn't matter where these complaints about indecency came from. These are still Americans being outraged. But you know what? Yes, it does matter. Because the FCC is supposed to be a sounding board for people who view a TV show, are upset about the content, and seek a place to complain outside of the network that aired it. But the process is being hijacked by people who in all likelihood aren't even watching the shows, but are responding to a group that tells them the content is wicked. Meanwhile, thinking people with minds that actually open and function are not sending in emails to Powell that say, I saw something I didn't think was appropriate for my kids, so I changed the channel. I handled it. No need to start a holy war about it. I'm looking forward to Deadwood on HBO. You should TiVo it if you haven't already. Anyway, have a nice day. If the FCC takes action only after the public complains, and it's clear now that only members of the Parents Television Council are complaining, then to counterbalance their worries about what constitutes indecency, less reactionary viewers will now have to rise from the couch and join the debate. So much for television being passive, escapist entertainment. And goodbye to the quaint notion that you can vote with your remote. Apparently, freedom of choice is out of vogue. Using the government to tell everyone else what they can and can't watch is the new trick. I loathe politics. On all sides, I'd rather do almost anything than involve myself in that tainted, broken process, but neither do I want the Parents Television Council wagging the tail of the dog that bites the writer's hand in Hollywood. So I'm going to write an email to Michael Powell, and you can too right here. You can click on it, and tell him these things. I'm a relatively upstanding citizen. I have 2 small kids. They only watch what I let them. I know how to use my TV remote. I know how to turn my television off. On my television, I like violence. I like nudity. I like guns going off. I like people having sex. I like swearing. I like shows with gay people in them. I like shows where gay people have sex. I like shows where gay people shoot guns and I swear. I like stuff that blows up. I also like Little Bear and shows about architecture and design and C-SPAN if that helps. I hope this email offsets another from the Parents Television Council. I hope you get a lot more just like this because I want the PTC out of my living room. I've got a sneaking suspicion they're going to end up in my bedroom. Yours sincerely. So it'll be on our website tomorrow, and you can click on and send your own if you want, or you can just sit back and let a handful of right-wing lunatics decide everything you can see and hear and listen to, and whether we can play fart sounds on there, all of these things like that.
All of these things.
Right. It's Bash the Beast Day here on QAM. Let's get back on that, man. That was my favorite.
We don't have to.
Oh, now, the movie I told you to watch was Misery, and you forgot it already, with James Caan, Kathy Bates.
Okay, yeah.
What? You're not going to get it?
Maybe.
Have you seen it, Josh?
I don't think so.
Oh. It's not that old, okay? It's not that many years ago. It's not a new movie, but it's not, like, ancient. It was pretty good. Misery and then Once Upon a Time in America. And Gotti you can live without. Gotti was good, but you don't need Gotti. Who wants to see a movie about that Strunz? There should be a law against. That's our poll today. That's the official poll on the website. The unofficial one is how much do you hate the Beast? Using cell phones in a movie theater or restaurant, 46. Stupid people breeding, 46. I like that. Organized religion, 41. Got a three-way battle going. Retired people driving during rush hour, 26. Writing a check at a grocery store or retail store, 20. Stupid people voting, 19. Commercials at movie theaters, 13. Using the word closure, 4. Screaming kids at a restaurant. See, you left the word off of there. Screaming kids at a fancy restaurant. I mean, if you go to Denny's, you expect people to, the trailer trash, take their kids to Denny's, right? But at a expensive restaurant, when you go into a fine dining establishment...
Yeah, but is there anybody out there that wants kids crying at a restaurant?
Like I said, screaming kids at a restaurant, 2, and locker room interviews, 1. How about screaming kids on an airplane?
Oh, that's the worst.
Oh, my God.
Because you can't get off. There's nowhere to go.
Oh, and somebody like me that flies to Europe 85 times a year and back, and you get on there and there's some scream, especially in first class, all you can do is go...
Oh, my God.
Oh, geez, am I going to survive this?
No kid deserves to be in first class.
Not little kids. I would say no kid under 10.
Right, yeah.
Right? No punky little screaming, whining, choking, coughing, sneezing, gagging, puking little bratty kid. Oh, you just don't like it. No, that's not the problem. The fact is, put them in their place, like in storage. 5670560, pound 560 on the Verizon Singular Wireless lines. Let's get a lot of calls on here for our friend the Beast.
Okay.
Well, might as well make it something worthwhile for you this week.
Why not?
WQAM, hello.
Hey, Beast, get your nose out of Coker's ass, you bitch.
What do you say?
Get my nose out of Coker's ass.
Oh, out of Coker's. Well, that's hurricane stuff. I pay no attention to that.
Yeah.
In fact, I should have mentioned one time before we started the show.
The hurricane fucking blow.
I should have mentioned that for you and Mike Rosenthal. WQAM, hello. QAM.
Hi, Antonio.
Yes, sir. Speaking.
Hi, I've got one for the poll.
Okay.
I tell you, we're taking any more for the poll.
I'm not. I was going to tell you. I was going to let you give it, and I'm going to say I'm not taking it. But go ahead.
Baba Booey, Baba Booey. I love the Beast.
Okay. That's one of your people. As soon as you start saying Baba Booey, I knew it was one of your people. I knew we'd find one. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, what's going on in Cuba with all these military movements?
With all these bowel movements in Cuba?
No, not bowel movements. Military
Cuba puts U.S. on notice with Monday's massive war games. If I decide to get to it, I'll get to it eventually, okay? Forget about Cuba.
Incredible.
Small potatoes there, okay? Although the hotels here are just, fantastic. That's what Hyman Roth said. I don't know. A lot of people love Godfather 2, which I like all three of them, but I don't know. Godfather 2 to me didn't hold. And in fact, some people said Godfather 2 was better than Godfather 1. Those people need to be with Santino and the Cosby. I'm saying those little stunces.
It was pretty good.
It was very good.
Yeah.
And, of course, it had a lot of schmaltz because it went back into the old country more. Although the first one we did. And then Godfather 3 really went back into Sicily, huh? Remember that? Here, let me show you Sicily. Remember that? He was driving the car. He was the limo driver, Michael?
Never saw the third one.
I guess when you see, one thing when you got a DVD player, which I'm sure you do.
Yes.
See, this may come as a shock to you, but you can actually eat and watch a movie at the same time.
You're listening to Neil Rogers exclusively. QAM.
This is Mark Morgan. It's the 12 to 1 hour on QAM.
Rock and roll historians digging in the childhood home of Jim Morrison recently uncovered tapes of the legendary singer no one knew existed. And now you can experience a Jim Morrison Christmas.
Santa's on the roof. I heard the reindeer hooves. He's coming down the flue. He's got some gift for you. Santa's on the roof.
Here's the chance to lift your spirits in this joyous season with the melancholy sounds of one of the most depressing artists in rock history.
Yeah, the chestnuts roasting, all the family's toasting. Grandma's high as a kite, another family of 5.
It's the Lizard King at his most festive, a Jim Morrison Christmas.
Fruitcakes, I hate them, please don't give one to me. Them all annoying when they come COD.
A Jim Morrison Christmas. It's the CD that proves the Yuletide season is still alive, even if he isn't.
12:01. I'll tell you one thing. He was no Elvis, thank goodness.
Right.
He was the greatest to me, Jim Morrison. He was sensational.
Yeah,
He may have even been better than Stevie Tyler without the lips. You don't think Jim Morrison was unbelievably great?
He was outstanding. Really smart.
Even Josh goes along with that.
Yes.
Very quietly, but he goes along with that. No, seriously, you got Misery to Watch, Once Upon a Time in America, and what was the third one? On Godfather 3. Now, Godfather 3, you have to look past Sofia Coppola's big nose, you know,
Right.
and the fact that Robert Duvall wanted too much money, so they didn't bring him back. And so we got George Hamilton in there, who don't quite look like Robert Duvall, or don't look either Irish or Italian, but nevertheless. And then, there's some bad acting by Eli Wallach, but he finally eats too many cannolis and he croaks. But I'm telling you, there's some good stuff in there, Godfather 3. You got to see. How could you not see it?
Well, you know why? Because everyone told me that it was horrible.
Forget about everyone told you, okay? Forget about that.
Okay.
I guarantee you, if you're a Godfather person, you have, and you'll probably say, oh yeah, you're right, Sofia Coppola was terrible, and her schnoz is the size of Mars. But forget about that. Just look past it if you can.
Okay.
Yeah, if you can see around that nose. But, there's Michael, and there's Kay, and there's, some of the people from Godfather 1 are in there, too, like, what's his name? Kahlo.
Okay.
Remember the bodyguard in Sicily, not the one that set him up and blew up the car with his wife in it, with, what was her name?
I don't know.
Oh, come on.
I'm horrible with names.
The beautiful, Michael's beautiful wife in Italy, the Sicilian.
I know the
oh, my God, I can see her right now with those big, gigantic eyes.
The Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Monday, Saturday, Tuesday.
Yeah.
Apollonia. See, it took me a couple of seconds. At least my mind is a little sharper than yours. Apollonia. Don't you remember Apollonia?
I thought she was in Purple Rain.
5670560, pound 560 on the Verizon and Singular Wireless lines. Bash the Beast Tuesday. In fact, all week long it might be Bash the Beast Wednesday tomorrow. And then WQAM, hello.
Neil,
Yes, sir.
your boy Jim Morrison from The Doors, he's a pseudo-intellectual too.
Yeah.
Just like Pulp Fiction.
Just like you, yeah. Oh, God. That's the guy to call answer. What's a pseudo-intellectual? You. Look in the mirror, okay, schmuck? Jim Morrison was not a pseudo-intellectual. Ray Manzarek was a pseudo-intellectual, the manager. In fact, I used to have back in the day at IOD, we used to have that on tape. I'm sure we don't have that anymore.
Okay.
Where you remember Ray Manzarek?
No.
Oh, good, you're lucky. He used to go through this whole pseudo-intellectual rap about the music and Jim and about that. He's just, too much acid. Fried his brain. Jim Morrison was great. WQAM, hello.
The Beast gave me crap.
Oh, my God. Clarence calling in doing a voice. Wow. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Okay, Pally.
Let me put my window. I'm sorry. The other movie that you had recommended to Beast was Facto.
Yeah, he saw it yesterday. He thought it was great.
Oh, I didn't hear that. He did think it was great?
Yeah, I did.
Beast, I'm not a young guy. I'm 43.
You ain't the only.
I've been large for quite some time. You got to do something about it, man. I'm just saying this because I like you. I'm saying this because I like you, Beast.
Right.
I was in the hospital a few weeks ago. Atrial fibrillation.
Wow.
Heart goes crazy in your chest.
Wow.
I mean, don't find out about it the hard way, Beast.
Well,
Please.
if you think that a 30-second conversation on the phone here is going to change his altitude about this, I've tried everything. All of us have tried everything we know. Now Fat Boy Jeff High, we hope he blows up because we hate him like poison, especially lately. But the Beast we like. But I tried. I got him to lose 60 pounds and Balance for Life a couple of years ago. We thought he was coming along well, and all of a sudden, bada bing, he blows up like somebody stuck a bicycle pop up his ass.
Neil, when you're young, especially, it's easy to lose weight.
Right.
It's harder when you get older.
Oh, tell me, man.
I
when you
know.
get old and gay gray.
And keeping it off is the real challenge. But,
Yeah.
Beast, I wish you good luck, man. I don't want anything bad to happen to you.
Well, that was nice, Pally. Have a great holiday.
Take care.
Thanks. I mean, a little boring, but it was very nice. See, there's a guy that cares about you. Well, no, you appreciate it, but it's just, that's verbiage by you. Anybody can say, I appreciate it. What are you going to do about it, Mr. Hummus? Huh?
It's good stuff. Chickpeas?
Yeah. How about rubbing that stomach with pumice? That might do it. Oh, by the way, body wash. I tried to tell Miguel about that. He ran out of the room. That's why he's not on this week. He heard me
What do you
recommending
mean?
body wash.
Who doesn't use body wash?
Some lunatic spick like Miguel who thinks that it's not a manly thing. Therefore,
I have my loofah, I have my vanilla body wash.
St. Ives apricot.
I have Bath and Body Works.
Have you ever tried St. Ives?
No, I haven't.
I'm telling you right now, it's got jojoba beads in it. And you say, I don't know what it is, but it's like gritty, okay? It's like gritty. So like, and then the beads dissolve like on your, it is the most amazing, awesome stuff. And of course, as you know, you don't smell like lilacs when you use body wash in the shower. You don't smell like anything. You just clean, you know?
Right, yeah.
But soap that sits there and like gets all full of hair and crap and congeals. Washing yourself with soap is like using lard.
Like
no,
Crisco.
really. Yeah, like slathering yourself down.
Rectum.
With Crisco. Right. I wonder if Muff uses lard. Anyway, John in Columbia said, people that can't read or use. We're not adding to our list, okay, John? Happy holidays to you, John. We don't need any more things on our list. These people are so, oh, man, how the hell have I lasted this long?
They want the show to be interactive, man. They want to have a say in things.
Well, some days we build the pool. Other days we put a whole bunch of stuff on there, and we added one or two, and then that's it. Enough already with that. How many are we going to put on the damn poll?
About 30, man.
Christ. There should be a law against, and then we got, like, how many choices we got on there? A whole bunch. About a dozen?
Yeah.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. That's enough. 7 come 11, man. Who? That's plenty.
Yeah, I agree.
I'll bet you do. One thing about Josh, it didn't take him long to learn the QMFing way, man. Minimal amount, only half of it, though. He learned the minimal amount of work part.
They get
the maximum amount of pay part, he's still working on that. He's got a ways to go on that.
Yes, I
Just
do.
learn from me and the Mad Dog. Less work, more pay, okay? In fact, I run out there in the hallway right now screaming and yelling at Clarence, I want a raise right now, and you'll see how far that'll get you.
Right,
WQAM, hello.
Just checking in.
Okay, thanks. WQAM, hello.
Neil,
Yes, sir.
does the BB still have the toilet paper on his head?
What? What was that?
WQAM, hello. Oh, not there. 5670560. Boy, I'm really disappointed. We were off to a flying start there with people that hate you like poison. Maybe it was just those 3 or 4 people, okay? Or maybe the rest of the people that hate you like poison have already tuned out.
True.
Pound 560 on the Verizon Singular Wireless lines. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Okay.
I was just wondering, a few years back they put out a tape where they combined Godfather 1 and 2.
Right.
Did you ever see that?
Yeah.
I mean, and they haven't put that out in DVD yet.
Yes, they have.
Oh, it is out in DVD?
I believe so.
With the
not just 1 and 2, all 3 of them in chronological order. Sure, you get with it, pal. And by the way, President Lincoln's got a bad headache. Seriously, some of you people need to get out of the house a little bit more. Of course, they got the whole trilogy out there. I'm sure it's on DVD. In fact, George gave me the damn thing when he bought me that DVD player that I gave away. Oh, I'm glad he's not there. But, no, seriously, that's what you need. Well, you don't want to watch the whole thing over again unless you got like 15, 20 spare hours.
No.
Just go out and get the DVD, Godfather 3.
I got the set.
What do you mean you've got the set?
Big box set with all the extra
on DVD?
Stuff. Yeah.
Then why haven't you watched the third one?
I haven't got around to it.
Get with it. Today, before Misery, since you've already got it, this is your assignment for tonight, okay? Godfather 3.
I don't know if I'll be able to do it today.
Why not?
Because it's at home and I'm not going home today.
You're not going home today?
No, I'm going to my girlfriend's house today.
You're shacking up with your girlfriend tonight, is that it?
Yeah.
Like I said, tomorrow your assignment is...
Okay.
I'm really excited about this girlfriend you got. I'd just like to... Now, Josh, have you seen Beast's girlfriend?
Yeah, I have.
And?
Nice girl. I met her at Smoky Bones.
Yeah, and she looks like a real person and everything?
Yeah.
Wow. That is scary. WQAM, hello. QAM.
Go to lunch, Pete. Would you go to lunch? Would you just go to lunch, Pete?
Very weak.
Go to lunch, George. Go to lunch. Will you go to lunch?
WQAM, hello. Not there. It's because there's nobody on line 9. QAM, hello.
Hi, Howie.
WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil. How you doing?
Okay.
You know, I didn't have a problem with Beast till I saw him at that UM game on Saturday, giving away those cars. And, wow, I guess I really hate fat people, man, because, this guy was fat, waddling all over the field. It was embarrassing, so get on with the air, please. Come back, George.
WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Okay, Pally.
How you doing? Hey, have you ever been to the website 911 in... Oh, wow, now I forget. I'm so nervous I'm talking to you.
I know, you ought to be.
It's 911... Wow.
Oh, yeah, that's my favorite. Oh, that's my favorite, 911. Wow. Yeah, I love that one. Oh, every couple hours I go check that out. It's 11 past noon at 560 WQM. We got Mr. Mad Dog.
Rectum.
No, not that one.
Right.
There it is, right next to the old rectum. Sister Mary Mandage at 2. The Humper, Henry Goldberg at 4. The big At 7. Some say he's
rock solid.
And then we got Eddie K at 10 tonight.
You're listening to Neil Rogers exclusively on 560 QAM.
You feel the pressure start to growing. You feel the pressure getting worse. You feel your bladder overflowing. You feel the dam about to burst. Oh, don't go against the wall. Just take off down the hall. There's a bathroom on the right. Don't go on the floor. Just move on down 2 doors. There's a bathroom on the right. You drank a fifth of cheap tequila. You chased it down with shotty gin. You feel your head begin to reeling. You see the room begin to spin. Oh, don't fall from my shoes. If lunch you're gonna lose. There's a bathroom on the right. Don't slow up on us. We'll drive the porcelain bus. There's a bathroom on the right. There's a bathroom on the right.
Prop 16, that's in honor of our discussion yesterday that you informed. That was quite a public service.
Yeah.
About the fact that Publix has restrooms, which until that day I never knew that.
I used one last night.
The beast peed at Publix last night. Which Publix was this?
In Plantation.
No, which one? What, at Nob Hill and Cleary?
Yeah, right there.
I'll be damned. I never knew that the Publix at Nob Hill and Cleary had a tea room. Now, is it in the front of the store?
It is in the front of the store.
You may on the right.
You walk, if you're walking in the front door of that store, you have to go left. So.
Oh, there's a bathroom on the left.
Yeah.
I haven't played that in 100 years either. That's outstanding. 5670560. In fact, maybe what we ought to do all week long is just play all these great gems from the past instead of exercising our gums, don't you think?
Sounds good to me.
1217 at 560 WQAM. QAM, hello.
Beast's girlfriend only likes him for his...
WQAM, hello.
Neil, you used to have a drop from Kathy Bates in Misery.
Yeah.
You didn't get out of the cocky duty car or something?
Oh, yeah. Now, let me see if I still have
Have you ever been hobbled?
No, not yet. Not yet. I'll ask James Conn how he liked it. Now, you see, you're laughing. You know what he's talking about.
No idea.
She breaks his kneecaps. I probably shouldn't have told you that.
Oh, that ruins the movie now. Don't have to say it.
No, it does not. No, it doesn't ruin it at all. It's not in here anymore. What a shame. Huh? We lost all the good stuff. That's probably in part thanks to that idiot
Roy
Pressman, the engineer for Paxson. Oh, well, you got to get rid of those carts. We don't do carts, and it's cluttering up a lot of room there. Yeah, right. Those are the days, baby, Buddy Bud Paxson. Although I did like the idea of paying me 7 months not to work to go away. I like that a lot. WQAM, hello.
Is Ray gay?
Ray is gay. Yeah. WQAM, hello.
Neil, you're still shooting your big mouth off from Canada.
That's it. I thought I would just pause and see what the rest of it was. That was it. That was the limit of his ability to spew. Yeah, I'm shooting off my big mouth from Canada, eh? But I'll be there soon, okay? We can go out to Ruth Chris. You can tell me about your sad life. 5670560, pound 560 on the Verizon and Singular Wireless lines. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Okay.
There's a great book out about Jim Morrison, Nobody Gets Out of Here Alive.
Right.
You might want to read it. I just
got. It's not by Ray Manzarek, is it?
Oh, no, it's his life story, man. You know, he's a legend, right? I got a quick question for you, Neil.
Yeah.
I saw this in the middle of the night. It's not The Running Man, but it's something that was, actually Scott Glenn was one of the star characters. And they boil this guy's feet who finds $1 million in a taxi cab. It's a really good movie. It's on in the middle of the night, and I think Cinemax. Do you know the name of that movie?
Never heard of it. They boiled his feet?
They boiled his feet, and he still got away, Neil. He went to Rio de Janeiro with $1 million.
Huh.
See if you can give me that name.
Somebody will fax it in, okay?
All right.
Okay, Pally, thanks. 5670. Would you let them boil your feet for $1 million?
Sure.
Why not? Well, in your case, what difference does it make? You can always bounce along like a shmoo. WQAM, hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Is this Mr. Rogers?
Mr. Rogers, yes, sir.
Well, I just want you to know that Ruth's Chris is not the best place to go and eat. If you want to eat a nice steak, you go to Christie's
Yeah.
in Coral Gables. So you can have a choice. You don't pay a la carte. You get nice steaks and everything's all together at one price and good service.
Christie's is very good.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that.
And so is Ruth Chris.
Well, okay, but if I was flipping a coin, I'd make sure that Christie's came up.
Okay, Pally, have a great time at Christie's. We'll see you. Say hi to Lou, too. Lou Christie.
It's probably the head waiter or something.
No, Christie's is very good.
No,
have you eaten there?
I've been there several times.
Christie is excellent. I've been there many times.
Sure.
It's an excellent place, and this guy's worried about price. See, a big shooter like me, I don't worry about price. Price is no object.
Well, he would say that, because Ruth Chris and every other...
Everything is a la carte.
Right,
if you want the,
But every good steak restaurant's like that.
Spinach au gratin or the broccoli au gratin, that's extra. If you want, a whole bunch of great side dishes. First of all, if you get an appetizer like that French onion soup au gratin with a thick cheese on top, or like maybe the barbecued shrimp, which are fantastic.
Yes.
Huh?
Yeah, the barbecue shrimp.
And then you get yourself a nice big juicy steak or lobster, whichever you like. You don't really need a lot of accoutrements to that unless you're just a total pig, you know what I'm saying? I mean, how much food reasonably constitutes a big fat meal?
Wow.
And then, of course, I think back to those times I took the Rimmers to Ruth's Chris, and when I go there now and I eat, I say to myself, how could you ever possibly have dessert in this place? They got some very good desserts, but how could you ever eat dessert in a place that gives you that much food? And every time we went, they'd order dessert. And, of course, I would do the same because I have no willpower. But is that embarrassing or what?
To get dessert?
Yeah.
No, it's not embarrassing.
Well, no, the reason they were doing it is because it was free, because I was paying for it.
Oh,
Don't you
yeah,
understand?
that is embarrassing.
I mean, like with Rimmer, no matter, I'll have the extra large salad and the extra large this and the Texas size ribeye. Everything had to be the biggest and the most because he wasn't paying for it. Man, what a schnorrer, Rimmer. And the bad news for Doug McClain is they got a Ruth Chris in Columbus. So you can imagine how much is going on the expense account there for the straitjackets.
I can only imagine.
Oh, line 9 is finally ringing. QAM, hello.
I want to recommend a movie.
Yes, sir?
They Live.
They Live.
Yes,
that sounds familiar.
Yes, it's amazing. What happens in this movie is it's aliens from another planet.
Alien?
Not alien, aliens.
Right.
They're from another planet.
Illegal aliens. We got plenty of those.
And the aliens are just like the Republicans in Bush. You'd love it.
Huh.
Yeah, I'd strongly recommend you see it.
How old is it?
I don't know. I saw it a couple of days ago. I got it at a library. I don't know how old it is. I would say not more than 5 years.
It's from 88.
Is it?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, did you look it up?
I did.
Josh looked it up. He did a little work there, not too much, but he looked up 88. I'm going to go out and see if they got it at the store.
I think you'll love it.
Thanks a lot, Pally. They Live. I wrote it down.
Before you do that?
Yes?
It's a Roddy Piper movie.
Roddy Piper?
Yeah.
Oh.
So, it's like one of those USA B movies?
Oh.
Yeah, but sometimes those are good.
Oh, yeah. Hey, I'm just letting you know.
No movie with Rowdy Piper could be good.
Well.
How about Lori Piper?
Piper High School?
5670560. How about KPX? I think we're going to start simulcasting WKPX. Then we can drown out that loud Spanish language music in the background.
It is bad.
Is it really?
Oh, yeah.
Now, what is the scuttlebutt since you're there and I'm not? Isn't anybody saying anything about it in the building, or is there just a denial?
I haven't heard anything.
They just pretend hear no evil, see no evil. That's the deal.
I was getting on the turnpike the other day from County Line Road, and you could almost not even hear. I forget who the Big O was on. You couldn't even hear him. All you heard was like salsa.
Well, if you couldn't hear him, that's not all bad.
Oh,
see what I'm saying? In fact, maybe that wasn't even that Spanish language. Maybe the Big O is like bringing in his own salsa music to go with it, trying to like Cubanize the station. The Big. Oh, he is so bad. He's just so... he has no clue what he's talking about. But anyway, Rights Group puts Rumsfeld on the spot over Afghan deaths. Rumsfeld's going to go. It's just a matter of time. In fact, where's the article about... from what's his name? Please, here it is. John McCain yesterday. You heard this, right?
No.
John McCain said yesterday he has no confidence in Secretary of Defense Donald Rumsfeld, citing Rumsfeld's handling of the war in Iraq and the failure to send more troops. Speaking to the AP in an hour-long interview, McCain said his comments were not a call for Rumsfeld's resignation, explaining that the president can have a team that he wants around him. I have strenuously argued for larger troop numbers in Iraq, including the right kinds of troops, linguists, special forces, civil affairs, etc., said McCain. There are very strong differences of opinion between myself and Secretary Rumsfeld on that issue. When asked if Rumsfeld was a liability to the Bush administration, McCain responded, the president can decide that, not me. Now, an international rights group said it knows of more prisoners dying in U.S. military custody in Afghanistan and called on Washington to reveal details of the cases. In an open letter to Hermann Goering Rumsfeld, Human Rights Watch revealed 2 new cases of deaths in custody and demanded an investigation into a third that took place 3 months ago. It's time for the U.S. to come clean about crimes committed by U.S. forces in Afghanistan, Brad Adams, Asia Division Director for Human Rights Watch, said yesterday. Chris Gray, spokesman for the U.S. Army's Criminal Investigation Command in Washington, later told Reuters of another 2 prisoners who died in U.S. detention, bringing the total number to 8. The 2 new cases mentioned by the HRW in the letter to Rumsfeld involved the death of an Afghan Army soldier mistakenly arrested with 7 others in March last year, and the suspected murder of another detainee in 2002. And it goes on to list this one here and that one there, and this one died over there. The rights group had earlier taken the U.S. military to task over deaths of 3 other detainees, including 2 at Bagram Air Base in December 2002, that were ruled as homicides by U.S. military pathologists. So they're dying over there, and they were responsible, and the Rumsfeld's got to go. He has got to go. Is there any doubt about it?
No.
You're going. And the irony of it is a lot of people have pointed out that just about everybody else, 90% of the cabinet bailed out. They were either asked to leave or, they made it look good. Like, oh, well, they're all resigning to do other things. Like Powell, for example. They all bailed out. But Rumsfeld and Cheney, of course, the VP, they're still around. Because that's what it's all about. These are the guys that are calling the shots.
That's the triumvirate, man.
Oh, and there's Joe Lieberman.
Ugh.
I'm almost tempted to play that thing again.
No.
What? You didn't like that Joe Lieberman
No,
thing?
I do, but I just don't like him.
Oh.
And now Mr. Dan Gernstein, campaign advisor for the Joe Lieberman presidential campaign.
Yisgadal v'yiskadash shemeh rabo ve'olemo diveroch yirusei ve'yamnich malchusei ba'agolo u'vizman koriv ve'imeru omein.
Such a nebbish. 27 past noon at 560 WQM.
A lollipop, little boy?
Well, his chest is bulging and his arms are thick, lifting weights just like a lunatic. Missed most of the season 'cause he said he's sick, but guess what? He's all juiced up. Yeah. First it was a parasite for G.R.B., the player with the neck bigger than an oak tree. But Jason can't blame that one on GNC, 'cause guess what? He's all juiced up. Yeah. Well, Jason claims he never used the stuff, but his pecs are huge and his complexion's rough. Well, he looks more plump than Hans and Franz, but Gianni better stay away from Barry Bonds. He doesn't hit, he can't run or throw. Guess they should have told him that down at Balco. When he makes wee-wee, it has a neon glow, 'cause guess what? He's all juiced up. Yeah. His muscle tissue's been rearranged. Jason Giambi, you look deranged. And someone said your voice has changed.
You feel fine. I don't know what all the fuss is about.
Well, his chest is bulging and his arms are thick, lifting weights just like a lunatic. Missed most of the season 'cause he said he's sick, but guess what? He's all juiced up. Yeah.
12:33 at 560 WQM. I'm sending a story to Eric right now, so just hold on. There you go.
Okay.
Well, I just had to finish that because during the show I gets it out of the way, some of this stuff. Then Eric sends it to Josh, maybe if Eric's in the right mood and doesn't overeat.
Well, it actually just automatically comes to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So in other words, I blamed Eric the other day and it was your fault?
What do you mean?
On Saturday?
No.
Saturday, don't you remember I told you I sent all those stories at about 10
No, I
o'clock
told you
at
I
night?
upload. See, how it works is I upload the stories, and then he puts them up.
But again, so in other words, it still goes back to Eric, back in his big fat hands. I mean, I don't want you to pass the buck unless, of course, it turns out that it's true, that it was Eric's screw-up that we didn't get the stories on until like 9 o'clock Sunday night. You can say it. You don't have to be such a wuss. What's he going to do to you, huh? What's he going to do to you? Huh? He's going to come down and sit on you? Is that what he's going to do? I mean, so he weighs 600 pounds. He makes the beast look like Minnie Mouse. But what is he going to do? He's not coming all the way down from Orlando during the holidays, and maybe after New Year. Why? We have got more spineless, gutless people around that building. It's just amazing to me. Why don't you just come right out to it and say, Eric is the one that screwed up? That's he apologized. He sent me an email. Oh, sorry about that. He screwed up.
Well, if he apologized, then that's the case, you know.
He screwed up, okay? He said, but of course Josh had a lot to do with it. Protests launched against Sinclair Political group said the TV broadcaster is filling the nation's airwaves with a Republican bias. A coalition of liberal political groups is launching a nationwide protest against Sinclair Broadcast Group. Remember the Sinclair Gas? Is that still around? It used to have the dinosaur logo.
Huh?
Don't remember Sinclair Gas? Gas stations?
No.
Yeah, they had a dinosaur on it. Anyway, charging that the 62-station TV broadcaster, which was also the target of intense criticism during the presidential campaign, is misusing public airwaves with partisan news programming. And, of course, they are...
Absolutely correct, sir.
The groups led by Media Matters for America today is announcing a campaign to pressure Sinclair's advertisers with letters. The campaign is one of the first broad attempts to re-energize liberal political activists in the wake of the Democrats' electoral defeat in November. Others involved include MoveOn.org, Free Press, Campaign for America's Future, Working Assets, Alternet, Media Channel, and filmmaker Robert Greenwald, who made Outfoxed, a film released in the summer that alleged Republican bias at Fox News Channel. How come I never watched that, Outfoxed? Was that any good?
I didn't see it.
There's another one for your list. The anti-Sinclair campaign will be run through a new website, SinclairAction.com. The main focus of the protest is nightly The Point commentary by Mark Hyman, whose Sinclair spokesman also oversees the company's Washington lobbying. A recent Media Matters analyzation of The Point editions from November 2 to December 1 found that the commentaries repeatedly attacked former Democratic candidate John Kerry, former President Clinton, and other Democratic politicians. Hyman has referred to the Democrats as the angry left, charging that there's a liberal bias in the media and expressed support for Bush administration policies. The commentary airs on about 40 of the 62 stations that Sinclair owns, programs, or manages, reaching about a fourth of U.S. homes with TVs. All the propaganda all the time. That's U.S. TV, baby. That's all you're going to get. Except maybe Comedy Central, and who knows where else. Federal background check on Bernie Kerik. Boy, that guy, it's just amazing what a thorough job they do, you know? And you wonder why they couldn't find those terrorists when they were here running around the country before 9/11?
Ridiculous.
First, there was the lost son. Now comes the lost wife. This is from Newsday. Investigators conducting a background check of Bernard Kerik last week as part of his confirmation hearings uncovered that the then Secretary of Homeland Security nominee was married to a woman he has apparently kept secret for the past 20 years. I mean, this guy's got more slime than The Thing. I'm sure you saw The Thing.
No.
Friends of his said they were not aware of the woman, and Kerik did not acknowledge the marriage in his best-selling autobiography, The Lost Son, A Life in Pursuit of Justice. Instead, he wrote about only two marriages, one to a New Jersey woman named Jacqueline, whom he married in 1983 when he was 28, and one to his current wife, Hala, whom he married in 1998, even though currently he'd been screwing around with two other broads. But Kerik, who withdrew his name for consideration for the nation's top security post on Friday, was also married to the former Linda Hales in North Carolina. Nice job, W. You know how to pick 'em, baby. Kerik and Hales, who has since remarried and changed her name to Priest, were married August 10, 1978, when she was 27, and he was 3 weeks shy of 24, according to her lawyer, Ronnie Mitchell. They separated in 82, were officially divorced June 6, 1983, Mitchell told Newsday. In Kerik's book, however, he wrote that he married Jacqueline in the winter of 83, raising questions about whether his first and second marriages overlapped. You following that?
Yeah.
In New Jersey, marriage records are not open to the public, and Newsday couldn't ascertain yesterday the date of Bernard Kerik's marriage to Jacqueline Kerik. In his book, though, he laid out how and when he met her. He wrote that by December 81, he had left North Carolina, returned to New Jersey. A short time after he arrived back in his native state, he met a woman named Jackie through a woman visiting an inmate housed in jail where Kerik worked as a guard. In October 82, he left Passaic for a security position at a Saudi Arabian hospital, but found I missed Jackie. After 4 months in Saudi Arabia, I flew home to New Jersey. We were quickly engaged and married, he wrote. We honeymooned in Spain. When I returned to Riyadh, and Jackie went back to the States. He wrote that when he returned to New Jersey a few months later in the spring of 83, then he returned to Saudi Arabia with Jacqueline. When questioned yesterday, an aide to Kerik maintained that contrary to what he wrote in his autobiography, Kerik married Jacqueline in September of 83. The aide said Kerik also recalls that he and Linda Kerik divorced in 81 or 82, and afterward they made a mutual agreement between the two of them never to talk about it. Just like his arrest warrant in Jersey. We'll just won't talk about it.
He's a great guy.
The aide said that before Kerik was nominated to head Homeland Security, he informed White House officials about the previous marriage to Linda Hales. Why Kerik kept his marriage to her a secret otherwise remains a mystery that we need Robert Stack back to unsolve. You know what? In fact, this sounds like the kind of guys you see on that show. Yeah. You watch Unsolved Mysteries? I love that show. Of course. And you see these guys that, like, you know, they were professional gigolos. You know, they married one rich broad over here, and they were, like, married to 4 different women at the same time.
Real shady character.
Right. Shady character, exactly. Absolutely correct. A longtime close police friend of Kerik, speaking on the condition of anonymity, of course, said Kerik never spoke of that marriage to any of his friends. He also did not mention his marriage to Linda Hales in the scores of interviews he gave throughout his tenure as NYPD police commissioner. In his 361-page autobiography, he apparently refers to her only as an unnamed woman. Before I left for the Middle East, he wrote, I had fallen head over heels for a beautiful Southern belle, but after I returned, we quickly realized it wasn't meant to be. Priest, who was the county clerk in the Cumberland County Courthouse in Fayetteville, North Carolina, didn't respond to phone calls but instructed Mitchell, her lawyer, to do so. Mitchell said Priest and Kerik met while he was a military policeman stationed at Fort Bragg, and she was an assistant county clerk. They never had children, Mitchell said. They just didn't get along. It didn't work out. This guy's got every day there's more dirty laundry, baby. He is just a real piece of crap. And he was going to be Director of Homeland Security. Yep. All right. Right?
Yep.
Wouldn't you feel real confident with him? And now, of course, it looks like maybe Jew Lieberman.
Boy!
Oh. I mean, you could put a limp noodle in charge of Homeland Security and have somebody with a stronger backbone than old Jew Lieberman.
Yeah, he'll keep us safe.
Yeah, now that he's not going to be in the Senate if he actually takes that job, which I doubt, but if he did and is out of the Senate, now he won't have any excuse anymore not to wear his full regalia, you know, the tallis and the yarmulke and the tzitzis and the whole deal, you know?
Right.
Can we still say tzitzis?
No.
Like I said, in the 20, well, she might still be in the building. 20 till 1 at 560 WQM. Hey, let me tell you right now, speaking of dirt, or a lot of dirt on Bernie Kerik and a lot of dirt in your carpeting. Now, Dry Concepts can't clean up Bernie Kerik. Even all the body wash in the world isn't going to clean that slime ball up. But as far as your carpeting is concerned, Dry Concepts is doing an unbelievable job of making them look and feel and smell just like brand new. That's why I've been using them for over 20 years in all of my various homes. And you should be doing the same. In fact, once you call Dry Concepts, I'll bet you Bernie Kerik's life on it, you wouldn't dream of calling anybody else ever again. Because they're the only ones in the world who dry clean your carpets. It sucks out the deep down dirt and the fibers of your carpet, leaves them looking brand new. They smell lemony fresh. They're dry in an hour and a half to 2 hours, and you really can clean today and entertain tonight. So with the holidays here, whether it's now or after the holidays are all over and all your pain in the ass guests are gone, get your house looking fantastic again thanks to our good friends at Dry Concepts. And, you know, in the carpet cleaning business, one of the most famous deals going around is those $5.95 per room scams, not at Dry Concepts. They give you a written guaranteed price up front every time before they even start doing the work. So whether it's your carpeting, your furniture, drapery, expensive area rugs, oriental rugs, or all of these things, call our good friends at Dry Concepts today. In Dave Broward in Palm Beaches, it's a toll-free call, 1-800-248-5071. That's 1-800-248-5071. Or on the wicked web, it's dryconcepts.com.
You're listening to Neil Rogers on 560 QAM.
Hey, this is G. Gordon Liddy, and they don't come any worse than Neil Rogers.
Lot goods in here, Lot goods. Oi! I need a little with a sprinkle of the Just get a little and I need a little on my potato pancake. A little and I need a little I really like this dish a lot, it's delicious. My mother cooked them, they're vicious. Coming right off the stove, hot with steam. Top them up with applesauce and sour cream. And I'm eating, please believe it. Won't digest, I am straight feeding. Chicken got luck at the top with 4 seasonings. But the tempted at them in the garden of Eden. They're all eating, everyone is leaving. I'm fiending, I need you to get up back to the store. Buy up some more potatoes. Cause I feel like busting loose and I feel like touching juice. Ain't getting nobody stop Hebrews, so baby tell me what's the use. So hey, I'm eating latkes here. I got it on my clothes. I am eating latkes. I'm gonna take my clothes off. I'm eating latkes here, so take off all your clothes. I am eating latkes. I'm gonna take my clothes off. With a little bit of and a sprinkle of the come on, say it. With a little bit of and a sprinkle of the with a little bit of and a sprinkle of the more latkes and a little bit of and a little
Okay, sour cream or applesauce?
I mix them both.
What a pig.
I mix them together, man.
Oh, man.
Just put it all over.
Oh, God, what a cow. You probably ain't even eat gribbinus.
No.
You never had gribbinus?
No.
Like onions fried in chicken fat.
No.
It just goes right to your heart.
No.
Gives you an instant oil clog. Hey, at least we got to have something going this time of the year. You know, with this Chinooka business, we got potato latkes, we got dreidels to spin.
Corky should have brought some over. That would have been great.
I was thinking that when I was starting to play that bit. I was thinking Corky should have brought you over some of that great brisket and the potato latkes. Wouldn't that be great?
Oh.
Well, we might as well kill you right on the air. At least you'll have a smile on your face. And, of course, Josh, being the guy that he is, he probably never even had potato
It'd be like
pancakes.
network. We can just I actually have had potato pancakes. They're good.
Right. Now, let me just say this to you, okay? The ones from Corky's are great, but
Yes,
the best potato pancakes are the ones that are real thin and crisp. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Now, the ones from Corky's are a little like plump. They're great, but the best ones, like my grandmother used to make, they're real thin and like flat. Let's play Jim Morrison until 3 o'clock. What do you say?
Oh!
Let's take an hour of the Mad Dog Show. Everybody's taking our time. Let's take some of his time. Let's play the Doors until about 10:30 tonight. What do you say?
Hello, the people that you see.
How anybody could not like the Doors? I would say it's got to be a communist if you don't like the Doors.
That is
Wouldn't you
true.
agree with that? Huh?
I'd agree.
Comunista.
All right.
I think he's still alive.
He works at 7-Eleven with Elvis.
He's probably eating a pickled egg at 7-Eleven right up the street right now as we're talking about it.
Maybe he's eating Lucky's.
And you keep stepping on him. Man, you are brutal. You'd never be a disc jockey, I'll tell you that. You keep stepping on little vocals. 5670560, pound 560 on a Verizon and Singular Wireless lines. We got 2 polls going today. Why is the bee such a jerk, and why do you hate him so much? And there should be a law against. Now, what do we got going on there? We got 416 votes. That's not too bad for this time of the day. What time do we start? About 10:46? 10:46:15, I believe.
Yeah.
There should be a law against organized religion. 87. Oh, I like that a lot. That was my vote. Stupid people breeding. 82.
That was mine.
Using cell phones in a movie theater or restaurant. 78. Retired people driving during rush hour. 50. Stupid people voting. 32. Writing a check at a grocery or retail store. 32. Commercials at movie theaters has got
about 30, man.
Screaming kids at a restaurant. 14. Screaming kids on an airplane, 5. Using the word closure, 5. And locker room interview still has only 1. I don't even know why that one's on there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think the locker room interviews. What bothers me are the press conferences after sporting events. Back in the day, we never heard of such a thing. But now every single game, no matter how meaningless it may be, we have to have these dumb jocks and the coaches sitting in front of a microphone pontificating to the sports writers there. You know?
Right.
Pop, 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 pop. You know, who the hell gives a crap what they got to say? Why do I care?
And people hang on every word.
Well, no, only the people that listen to QM, the sports nerds.
Oh.
Only that crowd. The people who listen to 790 ESPN radio.
Oh.
How's Dan LeBastard doing, by the way? Anybody listen to him?
No.
What a jerk. I think he's even worse than your friend.
No.
In some way.
That can't be possible.
QAM, hello.
Beast, El Gordo Rico.
Yeah, okay. WQAM, hello.
Hell.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, how you doing? They couldn't put Lieberman in because he don't work on Saturdays.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Good point. Oh, yeah, we'd never be safe on Saturday, right? In fact, that'd be the new slogan, never on a Shabbos. Don't be attacking us on Shabbos, baby, because the Homeland Security Director, he's schluffing. He's in shul. Very good point. If they put him in charge, I'm going to Canada. Oh, that's right. I'm already in Canada. And with good reason, baby. Good reason. Wow. Sun is shining. Look at that. Blue skies out there. It's beautiful. And let me take a look at the up-to-the-minute temperature, just in case Paulie Castronova's listening and wants to, repeat the Toronto weather. Oh, it's -7. It's pretty toasty, eh?
Getting warmer.
What's that, about 20 degrees Fahrenheit?
It was -9 before.
And going to reach a high of -6 today. It's one of those days where, you know like this, because you lived up north. You sit inside and you look out the window and the sun is shining and it's clear and it looks beautiful. It looks like if you walked outside it would be like about 75, you know?
Yeah, the trees are glistening.
Right, absolutely. And it's freezing over here, but it's okay. You dress for it.
Of course.
And it sure as hell beats those 4 hurricanes, I'll tell you that. Especially those 3 that were going on in September. 5, 6, 7. Oh, that was the worst 4 days. I know how to pick them, man. Just like Bush, he can pick his cabinet members. I know how to pick my vacations and my trips to Florida.
True.
Those 4 days that I sat there locked like a prisoner, like Patrick McGowan in the house, that was not too good. And we were lucky not losing the power. After about 30 seconds, that was about it. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
I got the website, the Wall Guy. It's 9/11 in plainsight.com.
911inplainsight.com. And what's on it?
You got to see it. It's awesome clips of the 9/11 footage. It's about... It's hosted by a guy named Dave Van Kleist. He's making a documentary.
Dave Van Kleist?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's making a documentary on it. It's actually on sale, on the 12th of December, so it should already be up.
Okay, I'll take a peek
Check
at
out
it
the
after the show.
clip. All right.
Okay, thanks. Let's play some more Doors. Actually, one of the best songs they ever did was this one.
Wishful, crystal, water covers everything in.
Oh, but he was a pseudo-intellectual, that Jim Morrison. Right. Bomb hits the green zone for second time in 2 days. For the second day in a row. Boy, they got some tourists over there, baby. A lot of dead people, a lot of people with no arms, no legs, That's the price of freedom. That's the price of democracy, baby. For the second day in a row, Iraqi insurgents today struck with a car bomb near a western checkpoint into Baghdad's green zone. An official with Baghdad's Yarmouk hospital said among its casualties were 2 dead and 13 wounded. No reports of U.S. casualties today yet. Some of the injured at the hospital told CNN the bombing was a suicide attack. All the crazy suicide bombers all the time. Maybe Jim Morrison committed suicide. Maybe he drank himself into a drunken stupor. You think that's possible? How about William Holden? They found him with a bottle in his hand.
True.
Didn't you love William Holden? He was great in Network.
He was unbelievable, yeah.
Yeah. I love in the beginning of the movie where he and Howard Beale are getting drunk together.
Oh, yeah.
And for the first time, he tells the story 2 or 3 times during the movie, but he tells the story about take me to the foot of the George Washington Bridge.
Right,
It's great. Don't do it, buddy. You're a young guy. You got your whole life ahead of you. He's great, William Holden. 5670560, pound 560 on the Verizon Singular Wireless line. Let's get in 3,000 or 4,000 good calls about the beast between now and 2.
No.
What do you say? Come on, 1 or 2 good ones.
No,
Yeah, that one guy that was like trying to keep you alive.
No, that was great. That was a good call.
I was a very nice guy. He was wasting his time spinning his wheels. Now, in Fatso, since you saw the movie now, that should give you a little that inspiration. Oh, because when Dom DeLuise finally found his love interest, this nice, lovely girl, in the gift shop, whatever the hell it was, with her candelabra or whatever she was peddling, and then all of a sudden he had something to do. So instead of like having a few lunches all the time, he was like going out and having a good time and getting laid once in a while and things like that.
That is true.
And all of a sudden he bulked down quite a bit. Now, is that working for you or not?
Not exactly.
Well, why not? Is your girlfriend fat?
No, but,
Is she a good cook?
I'm probably the better cook out of the two.
Is she making potato latkes with sour cream and applesauce?
No, but we have picked them up from Corky's.
What a cow. Well, from Corky's, you live on Brickell. There's no Corky's in Dade County anymore.
I know. It's one in Pembroke Pines, wherever.
So you drive all the way over there to pick up potato latkes?
I will go the distance for a good latkes.
You know, back in the day, man, when we had the Villa, what was it called, the Villa Deli on Alton Road on the beach?
Yeah.
Remember that?
No.
Oh, man, they used to deliver us food at IOD. When I worked at KAT, I used to go there and eat. Oh, man, was that a great place. On Alton Road.
Yeah.
Wow. That was so good, man. Well, back in the day, man, of course, there were a lot of Jews on the beach in those days. There were people who spoke English. There were Jews. And now, of course, then we had the Cubanos that came in. Then now we have the hip-hop crowd, and everybody's flying out of there.
They still got the Epicure.
Oh, the Epicure Market.
Yes.
Oy vey, that's good.
Yeah.
I love the Epicure. You'll get such a heartburn. Just when you walk in the door, before you eat anything, you'll have a heartburn. But you have a smile on your face. It's delish. 12:50. I'm telling you, man. And if we only had the Famous, I guarantee you never ate at the Famous.
No.
Oh, brother. That may have been the best restaurant in the history of South Florida, was the Famous on Washington Avenue. 6th Street, I believe, in Washington Avenue, where they had the big bowl of pickles on the table, and then they would bring you if there was like 3 or 4 of you, they'd bring the matzo ball soup in a big, like a tub.
Like a chisel.
Wow. And they had the fried kreplach. And of course, a bottle of seltzer on every table, just so you could greps out the gas. Sorry, Joyce. 12:57 at 560 WQAM. Do you have guests coming for the holidays? Are you wondering what to do with that dirty old schmutzy carpeting in your home? Now's the time to get rid of that carpet and replace it with laminate or hardwood flooring from Laminate Designs. Visit Laminate Designs showroom at 8280 State Road 84 in Davie and choose from over 400 samples on display. Bring in the new year with a new laminate hardwood floor starting as low as $3.99 a square foot installed. Call 1-877-8-LAMINATE to set up a free, no-obligation in-home estimate. For all you do-it-yourselfers out there, Laminate Designs has cash and carry flooring as low as 90 cents a square foot. Restrictions apply. Laminate Designs is located in Davie, just off I-595 between Pine Island Road and University Drive. The showroom is open every day, Monday through Saturday from 9 in the morning till 4:30 in the afternoon. And on Sunday, in those hours that are so familiar to the listeners of the show when we used to be on, Sundays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Call 1-877-8-LAMINATE. That's 1-877-8-LAMINATE, 8-LAMINATE, for a new laminate or hardwood floor from Laminate Designs, the flooring company where service comes first. 1-877-8-LAMINATE.
You're listening to Neil Rogers exclusively on 560 QAM.
It's the 1 to 2 hour. Hi, vey.
1 in 7 Americans suffers from a terrible affliction. And while others find it funny, to those who have it, It's no laughing matter. It's called frequent burping syndrome.
It's terrible. I'll be on a date or a business meeting and excuse me. See what happens?
Frequent burping syndrome. It can ruin your life, but it doesn't have to. Now there's a clinic that can help. Trained specialists, sensitive to the needs of compulsive belchers. A special place known as Burp Enders.
Gosh, Burp Enders saved my life. Joanne and I were in love. I really wanted to ask her to marry me, but I just knew that when the moment of truth came, I'd let out with a big ripper. You know.
Burp Enders. No shame, no guilt. No more tummy-rumbling, smelly belches. No more stopping in mid-sentence to uncork a big, cheesy blaster. Just caring professionals and the help you need. Don't wait. Here's the number to call.
555-2877. That's 555.
Burp Enders. Call today and stop being so gross.
102 at 560. WQAM.
I need that badly.
What's that?
I have a horrible belching problem.
Oh, I can't imagine why. And you probably have a horrible farting problem, too.
I have just gas all around.
Well, people that eat a lot and that are big, I should know. Man, I fart up a storm, only alone, of course.
It's horrible.
Right.
My girlfriend has to wear a mask.
Now, is that over her eyes or over her nose? Or both? Or both?
It's just a full face mask.
I'm trying to think. Oh, I know. It was at Woodbine a few weeks ago. I was standing, waiting for a machine, very patiently not. I have no patience. And I'm kind of like hovering behind some people. You know, some of these people that keep sticking another 20 in there. Get out of there already. I want to put, you know. And, man, I cut some of the worst cheese in the history of the human race. And of course, naturally, now you start tiptoeing away like, oh, it wasn't me. You know, you don't say anything. You just, with a very straight face, start. And you could see the hair wilting on the heads of these 2 or 3 people sitting within range, you know. Oh, brother.
Oh.
That was bad. But you're right, when you're a big cow, and of course when you have irritable bowel, which I'm sure you must have that, IBS. All fat people have irritable bowel.
Well, it's a Jewish thing, too.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, Jewish stomachs, man. Jews historically.
My mother only wishes, well, she doesn't anymore because she's dead, but she only wished that she would have had irritable bowel because at least she would have been doing something. She would have been like Beethoven and had several movements.
Well, that works both ways, you know.
Oh, I know that. Well, she had the not doing part.
Right.
If I could tell you how many times she had to tell me every time about how she took a laxative every day since she was a little girl. Every day.
Huh.
So it's kind of interesting that when she died, it was because of intestinal problems.
Right.
Just a coincidence, I'm sure. Although 91, like I said, is plenty old enough. Now, Frank Rich writes in the New York Times, the plot against sex in America. You're not going to make it to 91, by the way. You're not going to make it to 41.
Maybe 42.
No. I'm telling you right now, not on the rate you're at, because you just think it's a joke. See, with me, I'm fat. I'm like this morning 191.
Right.
Which is not good. For me, it's not too bad. And I need to be like 165, I would say, would be a safe weight for me to like stay alive. But at least I'm working at it in between feeding gigantic tubs of ice cream. But in between that, I'm working at it. But with you just don't care.
That's not true. I go through phases.
Yeah, but the losing phase is very seldom with you, like once in a blue moon.
Right.
And why is that? You have a death wish?
No.
Then what is it?
It's just, I don't know. It's
like the Four Tops said, I can't help myself.
It's easy to stuff food in your mouth.
Frank Rich in the New York Times writes, I had a line for that, but of course Joyce is around. He says, when they start pushing the panic button over moral values at the bluest of TV channels, public broadcasting's WNET in the bluest of cities, New York, you know this country's entered a new cultural twilight zone. The article is called The Plot Against Sex in America. See, there you go. Just 3 weeks after the election, Channel 13 killed a spot for the acclaimed movie Kinsey, in which Liam Neeson stars as the pioneering Indiana University sex researcher who first let Americans know that non-marital sex is a national pastime, and that women have orgasms too, and that masturbation and homosexuality do not lead to insanity. At first, WNET said it killed the spot because it was too commercial and too provocative, a tough case to make about a routine pseudo-ad interchangeable with all the other pseudo-ads that run on commercial-free PBS. That explanation quickly became inoperative anyway. The Kinsey distributor, Fox Searchlight, let the press see an email from a national public broadcasting media manager stating that the real problem was the content of this movie, and controversial press raid groups speaking out against the movie/subject matter that might bring viewer complaints. Maybe in the end, Channel 13 got too many complaints about its own cowardice because by last week, in response to my inquiries, it had a news story. That email was all a big mistake, an unfortunate miscommunication hatched by some poor unnamed flunky in marketing This would be funny if it were not so serious and if it were an anomaly. Yet, even as the Kinsey spot was barred in New York, a public radio station in North Carolina, WUNC-FM, told an international women's rights organization based in Chapel Hill that it could not use the phrase reproductive rights in an on-the-air announcement. In Los Angeles, 5 commercial TV channels fearing indecency penalties refused to broadcast a public service spot created by L.A. County's own public health agency to counteract a rising tide of syphilis. Nationwide, the big 3 TV networks all banned an ad in which the United Church of Christ heralded the openness of its 6,000 congregations to gay couples. Such rapid-fire post-election events are conspiring to make Kinsey a bellwether cultural event of this year. When I first saw the movie last spring prior to its release, it struck me as an intelligent account of a half-forgotten and somewhat quaint chapter in American social history. It was in the distant year of 1948 that Alfred Kinsey, a Harvard-trained zoologist, published Sexual Behavior in the Human Male, a dense, clinical 804-page accounting of the findings of his obsessive mission to record the sexual histories of as many Americans as time and willing volunteers speaking in confidentiality would allow. The book stormed the culture with such force that Kinsey was featured in almost every major national magazine. A Time cover story likened his book's success to Gone with the Wind. Even pop music paid homage, with the rubber-faced comic Martha Raye selling 500,000 copies of Ooh, Dr. Kinsey, and Cole Porter immortalizing the Kinsey Report's sizzling impact in a classic stanza in Too Darn Hot. Though a Gallup poll at the time found that 3/4 of the public approved of Kinsey's work, not everyone welcomed the idea that candor might supplant ignorance and shame in the national conversation about sex. Billy Graham predictably said the publication of Kinsey's research would do untold damage to the already deteriorating morals of America. Somewhat less predictably, as David Halberstam writes in the 50s, the New York Times at first refused to accept advertising for Kinsey's book. Such history, which seemed ancient only months ago, has gained in urgency since Election Day, as politicians and the media alike pandered to that supposed 22% of moral values voters were back where we came in. Bill Condon, who wrote and directed Kinsey, started working on this project in 1999 and didn't gear it to any political climate. The film is a straightforward telling of its subject's story, his thoroughness and bisexuality, his thorniness and bisexuality included, confirming in broad outline to the facts as laid out by Kinsey's most recent biographers. But not unlike Philip Roth's Plot Against America, which transports us back to an American era overlapping that of Kinsey, this movie, however unintentionally, taps into anxieties that feel entirely contemporary. That Channel 13 would even fleetingly balk at Kinsey, as the Times long ago did at the actual Kinsey, is not a coincidence. As for the right-wing groups that have targeted the movie with or without seeing it, they're the usual suspects, many of them determined to recycle false accusations that Kinsey was a pedophile, as if that might somehow make the actual pedophilia scandal in one church go away. But this crowd doesn't just want what's left of Kinsey's scalp. He died in '56. Empowered by that Election Day moral values poll result, it's pressing for a whole host of second-term gifts from the Bush administration. Further rollbacks of stem cell research, gay civil rights, pulchritude sightings at NFL games, and, dare I say it aloud, reproductive rights for women. If you have weaklings around who don't share your biblical values, shed yourself of them, wrote Bob Jones III, president of the eponymous South Carolina University, to President Bush after the election. Put your agenda on the front burner and let it boil. Such is the perceived clout of this Republican base at government agencies like the FCC that need only burp, and 66 frightened ABC affiliates instantly dump their network's broadcast of that indecent movie, Saving Private Ryan, on Veterans Day. In the case of Kinsey, the Traditional Values Coalition has called for a year-long boycott of all movies released by Fox. With the hypocrisy we've come to expect, it doesn't ask its members to boycott Fox's corporate sibling in the Murdoch empire, Fox News. But such organizations don't really care about Kinsey, an art house picture that, however well-reviewed or Oscar-nominated, will be seen by a relatively small audience, mostly in the blue states. The film is just this month's handy pretext for advancing the larger goal of pushing sex of all non-biblical kinds back into the closet and undermining any scientific findings, whether circa 1948 or 2004, that might challenge fundamentalist sexual orthodoxy as successfully as Darwin challenged Genesis. Though that success, too, is in doubt, the Washington Post reports that this year some 40 states are dealing with challenges to the teaching of evolution in public schools. Kinsey is almost uncannily helpful guide to how these old cultural fault lines have reemerged from their tomb virtually unchanged. Among Kinsey's on-screen antagonists is a university hygiene instructor who states with absolute certitude that abstinence is the only cure needed to stop syphilis. Sound familiar? In tune with the moral values crusaders, the website for the Federal Centers for Disease Control and Prevention has obscured and downplayed the important information that condoms are overwhelmingly effective in preventing sexually transmitted diseases. A non-profit organization supporting comprehensive sex education, Advocates for Youth, publicized this subterfuge and has been rewarded with 3 government audits of its finances in 8 months. Elsewhere in Kinsey, we watch desperate students pepper their professor with a series of uninformed questions. Can too much sex cause cancer? Does suppressing sex lead to stuttering? Does too much masturbation cause premature ejaculation? Though that sequence takes place in 1939, you can turn on CNN in December 2004 and watch Genevieve Wood of the Family Research Council repeatedly refuse, 5 times according to the transcript, to disown the idea that masturbation can cause pregnancy. Ms. Wood was being asked about that on Crossfire because a new congressional report, spearheaded by the California Democrat Henry Waxman, shows that various fictions of junk science, like AIDS being spread by tears and sweat, for example, have turned up as dogma and abstinence-only sex education programs into which American taxpayers have sunk some $900 million in 5 years. Right now, this is the only kind of sex education that our government supports, even though science says that abstinence-only programs don't work or may be counterproductive. A recent Columbia University study found that teens who make virginity pledges to delay sex until marriage still have premarital sex at a high rate, 88%, rivaling those that don't, but are less likely to use contraception once they do. In California, a huge blue state that refuses to accept federal funding for abstinence-only curriculums, that has a 40% fall-off in teenage pregnancy over the past decade, second only to Alaska. No matter what the censors may accomplish elsewhere, the pop culture revolution since Kinsey's era is in little jeopardy. In a nation of desperate housewives, Too Darn Hot has become the national anthem. A movie like Kinsey will do just fine. The more protest, the more publicity, and the larger the box office. But if Hollywood will always survive, off-screen Americans are being damaged by the cultural war over sex that is being played out in real life. You see that when struggling kids are denied the same information about sexuality that was kept from their antecedents in the pre-Kinsey era. You see that when pharmacists in more and more states enforce their own moral values by refusing to fill women's contraceptive prescriptions and do so with the tacit or official approval of local officials. You see it when basic information that might prevent the spread of lethal diseases is suppressed by the government because it favors political pandering over scientific fact. While sexual behavior in the human male was received with a certain amount of enthusiasm and relief by most Americans in 1948, the atmosphere changed radically by the time Kinsey published his follow-up volume, Sexual Behavior in the Human Female, just 5 years later. By 1953, Joe McCarthy was in full throttle, and as James H. Jones writes in his judicious 1997 Kinsey biography, ultra-conservative critics would accuse Kinsey of aiding communism by undermining sexual morality and the sanctity of the home. Kinsey was an anti-Soviet, anti-New Deal conservative, but that didn't matter in an America racked by fear. He lost the principal sponsor of his research, the Rockefeller Foundation, and soon found himself being hounded, in part for his sympathetic view of homosexuality, by the ambiguously gay homophobes J. Edgar Hoover and Clyde Tolson. Based on what we've seen in just the 6 weeks since Election Day, the parallels between that war over sex and our own may have just begun. Yeah, they may have just begun. In fact, the next story after the break, Atlanta police shut down nude musical.
Oh, my gosh.
How do you like that? Oh. We're back in the Stone Age again. 114 at 560 WQAM. It's that wonderful time of the year again, unless you're one of those Grinches out there that hates it. And, of course, maybe you got good reason to hate it because of those crowded malls and log-registered lines and parking hassles and crazy, wild, out-of-control shoppers. Well, make your gift-giving a little bit easier this year for you and your loved ones. Give them a Dollar Mattress gift certificate. When you call toll-free 1-800-MATTRESS, you can order a Dollar Mattress gift certificate in any denomination, and the new bed makes a perfect gift that'll last for years. Now, when you call 1-800-MATTRESS, you'll save an additional 20% on select models while supplies last. And choose from the top names in the mattress business, like Serta, Sealy, Simmons, King Coral, Stearns & Foster Hewitt, and Tempur-Pedic, too. When you call 1-800-MATTRESS, you'll get same-day delivery when you want, like how it's always been at Dollar Mattress. You pick the date and time, the 2-hour window when it's convenient for you, and guess what? They show up. In fact, they're mighty proud of their 99% record of being on time. What did I just say? You heard it. They're ranked number 1 in the world in customer satisfaction, and were winners of the 2004 Better Business Bureau Local Torch of Excellence Award. I've been using Dollar Mattress for years, and if the old mattress has had it, just do the smart thing. Instead of wasting your time, gas, and money at your bedding and department stores and helping pay for their big overhead, just make an easy phone call. Just sit there right on your fat ass and call 1-800-MATTRESS or log on to their website at mattress.com. Dollar Mattress, 1-800-MATTRESS.
You're listening to Neil Rogers exclusively on 560 QAM.
Thank you, baby.
So this is Christmas, and you know this song, but when my wife is singing, it ruins it for everyone.
Absolutely.
And so this is Christmas, when we sing we all like, but as soon as you hear Yoko, I wish you'd slap her off the mic.
Ow! Help me, here she comes.
Merry, Merry Christmas!
Oh my God.
Oh, please. Let's hope we don't learn more.
Oh, my aching head.
Without any tears.
Slap her.
Thank you. Merry Christmas. Now I can bloody well rest in peace.
119, how are you doing, John? Damn it.
Got a headache.
Boy, he sure got a lot of crap, you know, poor John Lennon. Even more than the Lennon sisters. Remember Lennon sisters and Lawrence Welk? Wonderful and Wonderful. Sure you do.
No.
Yeah, you do.
No,
Josh
no.
remembers. Wonderful and Wonderful. That's one thing you didn't miss. There should be a law against which one of these? That's our poll question today. 484 votes. That's not too bad, considering it's like almost the end of Chinooka, right? Is that the ends tomorrow?
Maybe tonight, tomorrow.
Let's get it over with already. Ganoog with the Chinooka already. And, of course, Christmas. All the Goyim are out shopping frantically for Christmas. There should be a law against organized religion, 105. Boy, that is, you got your thumb right on that one, man. Get rid of it. Eliminate it. Ban it. Stupid people breeding, 94. How about stupid religious people breeding? Well, it's redundant. Using cell phones in a movie theater or restaurant, 88. It's becoming epidemic now. Everywhere you go, on street corners, in restaurants, in taverns, in anywhere, no matter where you are, there's some jackass. Oh, listen, I'll see you around 3:30 this afternoon. That order didn't come. You know.
How about they're going to make cell phones legal on planes?
Oh yeah, I see that. Won't that be pleasant?
That'd be great. Some guy next to you chatting up a storm.
What do you mean some guy next to you? There'll be like a half a dozen people when you're in business class, paying the big bucks like I do in business class to try to get a little bit relaxing environment and a little distance from everybody else. And there'll be like 6 people around you, like one in front and one behind and then the other across the aisle. And they're all babbling up a storm on the cell phone the whole trip. You just know it.
Oh.
I mean, look, I got a cell phone, and it comes in handy. It's nice to have occasionally, but the people that, like, live on it, I mean, get a life already. Cut the crap. And retired people driving during rush hour, 59.
Oi!
Stupid people voting, 39. Writing a check at a grocery or retail store, 36. Commercials at movie theaters.
About 30, man.
Screaming kids at a restaurant, 19. Screaming kids on an airplane, 7, especially in first or business class. They have no business being in there. When they're gonna soak you that kind of money to sit like I said, to get a little relaxation, a little bit of peace and quiet, and they put a family with screaming kids up there, little babies crying and screaming. Somebody ought to be shot. Using the word closure, 6, and locker room interviews still has only got 1. This audience likes locker room interviews.
It's great.
Sure.
It's great listening to Mad Dog after the Dolphins game.
That's what they want to hear. They want him in there getting the sense, the feel, right?
Yep.
In fact, lately, this season, that's probably been the highlight for a lot of these poor Dolph fans, is just hearing him try to, make something out of it.
A stench of cow manure hovers over this performance by the Dolphins.
So anyway, speaking of sex is illegal in America now, police shut down a bar that was showing a successful musical review featuring nudity because the business didn't have an adult entertainment license. This is in Atlanta.
Right.
The manager of the Armory Bar in Midtown Atlanta, Doug Youngblood, said police overreacted Saturday night. He said the show had been running since August and is theater, not adult entertainment. The review, Naked Boys Singing, has spent 6 years off-Broadway in New York, and roadshow versions are playing in several cities. The gay-themed show, billed as celebrating the splendors of male nudity in comedy, song, and dance, features 6 male actors who were in the buff for much of the performance. Did I say duff? They're in buff for much of the performance.
Where's he on vacation?
Do you know?
No idea.
Probably in New England. I think that's where his family is. I don't know. What do I know where
Maybe
Duff
he's in
is?
Atlanta. I don't know.
6 male actors who were in the Duff for much of the performance. 3 plainclothes police officers went to the Armory on Saturday, watched part of the 8 p.m. show, then shut the place down and issued a citation to Youngblood. Oh, speaking of the Youngblood, how about the Bloodhound Gang?
Oh, that's good stuff.
Huh?
You and me, baby, doing it like in Wisconsin. And please don't tell anyone that I am your cousin.
Okay, I think that's enough of that. I think the other one's got some stuff in that's like right on the edge. And with Joyce in town, we certainly want to get her upset. Her irritable bowels start acting up again. You have to investigate, and if what you're seeing may be considered adult entertainment, I suppose they feel it needs to be shut down, said police spokesman John Quigley. Youngblood said he was later allowed to reopen the bar, but the 10 p.m. performance was canceled. The show received generally good reviews in New York City, where it ranks as the 10th longest-running off-Broadway show. In August, the city's tourist bureau pulled it from a list of discounted offerings for visiting Republican delegates after the Republican National Convention Committee complained it wasn't suitable. Oh, excuse me, all you closet faggots. God, like Miss Fudge, for example. She wouldn't be caught dead seeing a thing like that. No. Screamer.
Blaming.
567. Let's get a lot of calls in here. I'm really disappointed after that tremendous start we had. I thought they were really going to unload on you today, but after that terrible story about your irritable bowel and all your internal problems and the fact that you can't stop eating and you're on the verge of eating suicide, I guess they've started to feel for it a little bit now.
Maybe.
Or else they're all gone, which is more likely. 567-0560, pound 560 on the Verizon Singular Wireless lines. WQAM, hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Brian on the mobile.
Yes, Brian. Let's go to Brian on a mobile. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yeah.
How you doing, buddy? You remember me?
Who?
Remember me? I used to be Norm Kent's little boy toy.
Little Brian. Oh, yeah, this ain't Brian. Yeah, remember me. Brian, what was his name that's on with Mr. Ego?
No idea.
What is his name? Brian, I don't know what it is, and I don't want to know. Norm said, by the way, he was lousy in the sack. 56705-560, pound 560 on a Verizon and singular wireless line. I can't even remember. Brian Craig. Excuse me, Brian. How soon they forget. Mr. Ego Jr. now. He's a Steve Kane clone. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, what up? How are you?
Okay, Pally.
I want to comment on the cell phone thing you're talking about everywhere all the time. What I saw on the Travel Channel was like a restaurant that had cell phone booths, like phone booths only you bring your own.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
That is nice.
Yeah, and as far as Britney Spears goes earlier, she's old news. I'll tell you, with all those new pop hotties out there, Avril Lavigne, Shakira, forget about Britney.
Yeah, Hillary Duff, she just turned 13. She ought to be old enough.
Yeah, but Avril, I mean, she rocks, too. She's
Avril Lavigne is, you think Avril Lavigne is hot?
She's annoying.
I like her.
I love her music. I love her music, and of course she's Canadian, so we all... What?
You love her
she's
music?
Great. Yes.
I was just about to say you were okay. Everyone calling bashing you.
Rip him an ass, man.
No, that's okay.
Okay, see. You don't like Avril Lavigne?
Do you like Ashley Simpson, too?
No. Ashley Simpson, get out of here. What a comparison
They're
that
like
is.
the same
You're
person.
crazy. You're nuts.
They're like Alanis Morissette wannabes.
Al Anus Morissette?
Yes.
Get out of here, man, Al Anus.
Rectum.
Jesus. Isn't Al Anus akin to Peppermint Patty? No, seriously, what are you talking about? You don't like Avril Lavigne? I don't know. That's communist. No wonder God is punishing you and making you blow up like a blimp. Avril Lavigne and Ashley Simpson.
You really can't honestly
That's
listen to
insanity.
Avril.
That's madness. I bet you Josh likes Avril Lavigne.
No.
No?
No.
See, that's why you're just saying that, the two of you. You're ganging up again.
What do you...
George likes Avril Lavigne just fine.
Maybe,
George will be back next Monday, by
maybe
the
her
way.
look or something, but not her music.
No, I'm not talking about her look. She's needle nose, man. She's a pinhead. But she's got her music's pretty good.
She's great for 13-year-old angst.
Get out of here! You're crazy, man. Your taste is in your tush. That's what Clarence said.
He would know.
Yeah, he would. 27 after 1.
Rectum.
At 560 WQAM. Like I said, she's Canadian. That's why I like her, I guess. I do not like what's her name though? Celine Dion. Ooh.
Oh, she's horrible.
She is horrendous. In fact, even here they'd like to deport her, send her over to Iraq. You know, the holiday season is here, and the folks at Armstrong Ford Homestead want to thank all their loyal customers for their business and trust. Everybody with a brain knows that Ford makes great vehicles. To be competitive, Armstrong Ford realizes they need to offer more value. So Armstrong is the first Ford dealer to offer you this unbeatable deal, tires and batteries for life, plus a Florida Sun Pass with each vehicle. Vice President and General Manager David Rich and the gang also want me to remind you that Armstrong Ford is always mighty competitive when it comes to price. You can drive away right now in a brand new 2005 F-150 from just $13,938 or a new Expedition for only $24,190. Great prices, added value, and friendly service. That's the unbeatable Armstrong difference. When you're ready for a new vehicle, come to the dealer that treats you just like family. Armstrong Ford Homestead. You'll find them at Southwest 307th Street, US 1, exit at Campbell Drive right off the Turnpike. Prices include all factory rebates and discounts with approved credit plus tax, tag, and fees. Happy holidays from our good friends at Armstrong Ford of Homestead. Like I said, Armstrong Ford. What did I just do there? Oh, you know what I did?
Yeah.
I had the Bloodhound gang going. Well, maybe they want to shop at Armstrong.
You're listening to Neil Rogers exclusively on 560 QAM.
Eat a bagel, spin a dreidel, that's a Jewish staple.
Boy!
And they don't get to celebrate Christmas. We are laughing, they are crying, they get crap for 8 days. And nowhere on Christmas you'll hear
I'm dying over here.
Hanukkah, 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 Hanukkah. Every year you get passed over. Chinese food, sets the mood, 'cause Jews don't have Christmas Day. Hanukkah, a pity. Mazel tov, mazel tov. You got robbed, 'cause Jews don't have Christmas Day.
Yeah, you mean you don't have a Christmas tree in your house? I remember that when I was a kid. Used to get that from the goyim in my class.
Right.
You don't have a Christmas tree? Your parents don't? No. Oh, gee, Big deal. So we don't have pine needles all over the floor either.
That is true.
Should be my biggest problem that I don't have a Christmas tree. I never did have and never will have because it ain't got nothing to do with me any more than I have a mezuzah on the door or a menorah on my counter or any of that crap, any tchotchkes,
Right.
Wait till you hear this.
Yeah.
You are a real piece. In fact, I'm going to take a mini poll. Who do you like better, Avril Lavigne or the Beast?
Oh.
What?
I can't believe you're putting me in the same context as her.
She's making some big bucks.
That is true.
There are people that covet her body, even though I'm not sure why. Well, because she's on television.
Right.
A man has been charged with animal cruelty in Gainesville for allegedly biting his Jack Russell Terrier as punishment, and police say he used a 200-pound bull mastiff in an attempt to keep back officers who arrived to arrest him. Gainesville. You see, you picture forming in your mind now?
Oh, yeah.
Of this guy?
Oh.
The mother of Mount... Now, see, if you're going to do it right, okay? Like that. The Beasleys theme song. Like that. Now, you've seen that, I hope.
Yes.
Well, thank God.
Actually, you know what, though? I'll be honest with you. I didn't see it up until about 2 months ago.
Yeah.
And then I noticed it was on at like 3 a.m. one night, so I TiVoed it and watched it.
There you go. Deliverance. Great. Sensational. You didn't think so?
Oh, I loved it.
Oh, scared the hell out of me.
No.
It's one thing not to like Avril Lavigne. It would be another thing. It's another whole category not to like Deliverance. The mother of Mount Lee Lacey's girlfriend, Mount Lee Lacey, called police because she was concerned about an argument between him and her daughter about Lacey's unusual discipline for his dog, Lady. Maybe he likes biting ladies. Officers kicked down the apartment door when they heard an argument and a barking dog. Lacey, or as Al Michaels would say dog. He said bull about 400 times last night. Bull. The bull's on the 40 when we come back. The bull. I like Al Michaels, but quit saying bull. Have you noticed that?
No.
Josh?
Yeah.
Bull.
Well, you pointed it out, but yeah, I have.
Right. Since I pointed it out, now people, and then I'll get blamed for that. If you wouldn't have said anything, they wouldn't have noticed that Al has that bull. Lacey was holding the mastiff named Breaker on a taut leash 6 feet inside the door. The officers drew their guns but didn't fire. Lacey, 21, was handcuffed and jailed Saturday on 1 count each of felony animal cruelty and resisting arrest without violence. He remained in the Alachua County Jail on $25,000 bail today. The county public defender's orifice said it's not representing Lacey and couldn't be determined if he's hired an attorney. He said that biting the dog was good punishment and that's how you train them, that dogs bite, so that's what they understand, said Sergeant Keith Kamer. I never thought about that. Jeez. Hey, Tiny, you want to come back? Let's try it again. No, seriously, I mean, how come I never... Well, my dogs never bit. They weren't biting dogs. When an officer went to check on Lady, she was cowering in the back of her crate as if the officer was going to hurt her. Police reported Lady's left front paw was bloody from the bite. Jack Russell Terriers normally weigh 10 to 16 pounds, just like little Tiny. If you're inflicting injury or breaking skin, the dog is responding to pain. You're not doing any good, said Pepe Perriero, a former police... That's his name, Pepe Perriero. I say Pepe, you say Pepe. A former police officer who operates a dog training school nearby High Springs. Well, there you go. There's a little information for you. Don't bite your Jack Russell Terrier, okay? If you meet Jack Russell, you might want to bite him on the arm, but not poor little Lady. Now, let's see who you like better, Avril Lavigne or the Beast. Huh? It might be close.
I like myself better.
5670560. I mean, I like her videos. I'm not saying she makes great music, but her videos are cute. They're fun. What's wrong with her?
Come on.
What?
What are you, like 16 in middle school? I mean...
No. How about the Aqua? Do you like Aqua?
I'm a Barbie girl?
Right.
Oh, my God.
I'm not saying it's good. Look, I'm not saying it's good music, but it's fun. It's funny.
You got
no sense of humor. I'm not talking about the song. I'm talking about the video.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's funny, man. Lighten up a little bit, you fat tub, you humorless piece of turd. No wonder you're eating yourself into a death watch.
I can't remember the last time I saw a video.
Yeah, of course not, because MTV doesn't show any videos. That's the problem. When you go to Europe, they got 80 zillion channels. Or even here, we got 1,000 channels showing videos. But not in the U.S. They just got a bunch of stupid shows with a bunch of naked teenagers running around. Well.
Yeah, but the problem with Avril is she portrays herself as like this punk rocker and she sings pop music.
I'm an angry teenage girl.
Oh, that's all shtick. I mean, like we're going to take that seriously? But for you to compare her to Ashley Simpson, I think people have been drawn and quartered for less than that.
They're like the same person.
Get out of here, the same person. Oh, my. WQAM, hello.
Yeah, I'd like to talk to Neil.
Speaking.
Hey, how you doing, man?
Pretty good, Pally.
Yeah, I was just calling about this Avril Lavigne thing.
Yeah.
How come you all hung up on them, or her?
I'm all hung up on her? I'm not hung up on her at least. I just said she's okay. That's all. I didn't say I'm hung up on her. Are you hung up on her? Are you hung up
No,
on her?
not really. She's not.
Yeah.
I don't think she's that damn hot.
Yeah. I said she was ugly. I didn't say she was hot at all. Get
Oh,
lost,
you call her
get lost. She's a needle. Oh, you call her ugly? Yeah, she's ugly. She's a pinhead. She looks like the original Dinah on Guiding Light, which now they brought back some sex pot 10 years later to play the new Dinah, who didn't age at all, but now all of a sudden she looks great. She must have done a real good job when she was locked up in that cage. Boy, Guiding Light is for crazy people, and Passions is for people who are like 10 stages beyond, like crazy. Now, have you ever seen Passions?
No. Come on.
I'm talking about Sheridan. Okay, all you heterosexual guys, they think you know something, okay? They think, what's her name is so hot, Kelly Ripa. Sheridan, on a scale of 1 to 10, Sheridan, the blonde who plays Sheridan on Passions, I would give her 10%. And I would give Kelly Ripa, compared to her, about a -3, okay?
By the way, did you just hear that, drop?
What's happening there?
I don't know, but you just, were gone for, a second.
Yeah, and now all of a sudden we're having a line problem. You're like, cutting in and out.
Huh.
What is that?
I have no idea.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh is right.
You hear that? Am I cutting out?
No, you're fine now. But you cut out before.
But you're cutting in and out.
That's great.
How about you, Josh?
No, I'm good.
Nope, you guys are cutting in and out. So we got a line problem again. Oh, just in time for the holidays. Well, maybe I'll just have to take a few days extra off. So I'm not having any cutting in and out?
You sound fine now, but you did before.
Well, you're cutting in and out. So there's somebody's potchking around with our line. Probably Avril Lavigne, bitch. 19, well then just shut up a minute and we'll be okay. See, every time you do anything on that end, there's something wrong on that end.
Well, I hear him fine.
I understand, but what I'm telling you is what I'm hearing. You're cutting every word you say like that. Okay?
I just won't talk.
Good. Excellent solution to the problem. In fact, what about the calls? WQAM, hello.
Good. Yep, you guys are cutting it out. So we got a line problem again.
Yeah, see, we got a problem. Got a problem on it, on coming from that end. Phone, you guys. This end, as usual, everything is perfecto. So maybe you want to get that crack engineering staff on as soon as...
I'm on it.
Okay, shut up. 19 till 2, when you shop for quality footwear, selection, and professional service, there's one place you ought to think about going, and that's Brandy Shoes in Pompano Beach. Man, it is unbelievable how great the deals are there. Prices are the best. They got the best merchandise. And the people that work at Brandy's, who've been working there a long time, want to make sure you get a perfect fit every time, and they will. And when it comes to top quality brand names, they got them all. They got Rockports, Florsheim, SAS, Sperry, Timberland, Naturalizer, all the other big names. Brandy's is open every day, Monday through Saturday from 9 to 9, Sundays 10 to 5. And you'll find Brandy's Shoes at 1290 North Federal Highway in Pompano Beach. It's always worth the trip no matter where you live in South Florida. All this week at Brandy's, just in time for the holidays, it's a special humongous sale. Get 20% off most men's and women's famous brands this week at Brandy's. So be sure to get into Brandy's this week or visit them online at brandyshoes.com.
The Howard Stern Show. Neil Rogers, mornings and middays. And sports around the clock. 560 QAM.
In a world where words are a sin, he offered his life to God and sacrificed for forgiveness. Behold, the passion of the mole.
Lord, easy with that whip. Ow! Lord, that hurt you, moron. But I do well have you know I'm getting quite a workout dragging this cross around. I'll have a toned body in no time, and then I'm going to marvelize you. Lord, what are you so angry about anyway? I'm doing this for you, stupid. Lord.
Boy, this is some fetish party.
Hey, what are you, public servant or something?
Yeah.
Why don't you shut up and get me something to drink, will you?
Okay, here.
What is that?
That's Iron beer.
Get away from me. I'd rather get whipped. Lord.
That looks like a nice place to put him up. Yeah, he's got a nice view. I'll get the hammer and the nails.
You guys know what you're doing.
Don't worry, Mo. Just put your hands out like this.
No.
Sorry, Mo.
Between the bones. Between the bones. Yeah, get it in the meat, will you?
Here, I got his feet. Put them together like this.
Now, see here. Ain't you got no stigmata?
Only if I gotta, but I really don't wanna.
Because you gotta have stigmata if you really got a butter.
You gotta have stigmata
if you really got a butter. You gotta have stigmata
if you really got a butter. You really gotta have.
All right, you knuckleheads. Now plant me like a Hanukkah bush.
Yeah. How's the view up there, Mo?
Well, I can see the back of the Chinese restaurant and Kraus Meyer's Deli.
When you're rising again.
Well, according to my weekly scheduler, in about 3 days, the judge morons like you. And then in 2,000 years or so from now, I'm coming back again as an illiterate retard who will lead the free world.
That it?
Now, one thing more. Stand back, you mutton heads. I'm rising right now.
148 at 560. I fixed it.
You did.
I should send an engineering bill.
You really should.
Because I installed my Denons yesterday, and then we had this little bit of a problem, which was a big problem because you were like that.
Right.
And so when we went into the break, because the commercials were sounding the same up here. I'm sure they were fine on the air.
Right.
But up here, because it was the phone line, so I reset the telos, I turned the button off, and I turned it back on, and bada bing, there you were. How you like that?
Okay.
I mean, a lot of these things don't require like any genius, which of course in our engineering department is quite a joke.
Well, Fix-It was ready to get on it.
Right. Well, I guess we were real lucky we didn't have to get fixed on. Maybe it was an act of God, you know?
Oh, God!
Right. Thanks anyway, Fix-It. Get lost. Happy holidays. Go away. A portrait of President Bush using monkeys to form its image led to the closure of the New York art exhibit over the weekend. Anguished protests on Monday over freedom of expression. Bush monkeys, a small acrylic on canvas by Chris Savito, created the stir at the Chelsea Market public space in New York, leading the market's managers to close down the 60-piece show that was scheduled to stay up for next month. The show featured art from the upcoming issue of Animal Magazine, a quarterly publication featuring emerging artistes. We had tons of people, like more than 2,000 people show up for the opening on Thursday night, said show organizer Bucky Turco. What if he's kin to Marty Turco of Dallas, you think? Goalie? I forgot you know nothing about hockey. You pretend you know nothing.
Okay.
You don't?
I know some stuff.
Like what?
I'm good with like
Bobby Orr, number 4.
Bruins.
Right. Then this manager saw the piece and the guy just kind of flipped out. The show is over. Get this work down or I'm going to arrest you, he said. It's been kind of wild. Turco took the show down on Saturday, moved the artwork to his small downtown animal gallery. Calls to the management of Chelsea Market for comment were not returned. From afar, the painting offers a likeness of Bush, but when you get closer, you see the image is made up of chimpanzees or monkeys swimming in a marsh. Savito, 23, said he was surprised by the strong reaction to his painting listed in the catalog at $3,500. Oh, Beast will take that. His parents have got millions. That's why they live on Brickell. Millionaires. That's why he's a Ruth Chris. Spoiled, fat little Jewish kid. It seems like people get a kick out of it, Savito said. When they really see it, they almost do a double take. I like to get reaction from people. The Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania bred artist said he was happy for all the attention paid to his work, but said the decision to shutter the exhibit was a blatant act of censorship, which I would probably say.
Absolutely correct, sir.
Savito plans to auction the painting and donate proceeds to an organization dedicated to freedom of expression. This is much deeper than art. This is fundamental American rights, freedom of speech, Savito said. To see that something like this can happen, especially at places like New York, is mind-boggling and scary.
Oh, my God.
Freedom of speech. I remember those days, don't you?
Yeah, they were fun.
Until fairly recently. How's Joyce doing, by the way? I didn't realize that you and her are pretty tight, huh? How many meetings have you had with Joyce?
About 30, man.
All over the Pharrell business?
Yeah.
Now, did you get your ass in a ringer, too, because you were supposed to, like, be dumping that stuff? Or you were like, how did you... I realized you were the producer, but how did your ass play in that whole deal?
I was just a middleman, if you will.
Just a pimp?
A witness.
Yeah. Now, did you lie a lot, or did you tell the truth?
No, I told the truth, but, they asked about stuff you couldn't even remember.
Yeah. Right, of course. And just like Nixon always said, just say, I can't recall, I don't remember, I can't recall. Am I right? And look what happened to Nixon.
Exactly.
Worked out well. 5670560, pound 560 on a Verizon Singular Wireless line, our poll today, which, I realize we could have added a whole bunch of other things on there. I don't like a poll with too many things. Just gets too cluttered.
Oh.
Right? Don't you think we have ample area for them to vent on this one?
Some good topics.
There should be a law against organized religion, 126. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. Stupid people breeding, 118. Using cell phones in a movie theater or restaurant, 97. Retired people driving during rush hour, 64. Stupid people voting, 50. Writing a check at a grocery or retail store, 41. Commercials at movie theaters, 36. Screaming kids in a restaurant, 21. Screaming kids on an airplane, 10. Especially in business class. Using the word closure, 7, and locker room interviews. Now, it's finally got another one, 2. Probably Geldy made that. Yeah. Hey, by the way, Geldy, I hate to break the news to you, no NHL season. It's not official yet, but it will be by the end of the day. When in doubt, they're going to, toss it out. Pretty sad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Going to break your heart?
No.
Bruins weren't going to go anywhere anyway. Bruins were going to really suck this year.
Yeah, they're bad.
No, they weren't, but I just said that to make you feel
No, they're really going to be bad.
Why do you say that?
Because they're just, the front office there is horrible. And the ownership stinks. I mean, it's bad. Jeremy Jacobs.
And why do we worry? When you got the Red Sox haven't won the World Series.
That is true. And
you got the Patriots are 12-1.
Oh!
and going to kick the Dolphins into oblivion Monday night in the PP Park.
I can only hope
That's
so.
going to be something. Can you imagine that game?
Oh.
Now, are you going to go to that game, Josh? You got my tickets.
Yeah, I'll be there.
I'll be there, too.
Wow. That is, and I'll be watching it in HD, as a matter of fact.
Ooh.
Boy, we'll be able to just reach right in there and pat Tom Brady on the shoulder. What? I'm not into this patting guys on the ass stuff in ball games, okay? That's really...
Yay.
That's, I'm sorry, that's fag stuff. Hey, if you're on one of those low-carb diets like the Beast, are you low-carbing it this week or not?
Not this week, maybe.
Well, you've done it, though.
I have, yeah.
Whether it's the Atkins, the Sugar Busters, the South Beach, any of these zillions of low-carb, sugar-free diets, Delights of West Boca is a store you've got to get to because they've got all the stuff you're looking for. Well, I mean, most of the stuff. Now, some of the stuff like the meat and cheese and the seafood, that's in your supermarket. But that's about the limit in your supermarket. They may have like a handful of items. But at Delights, they've got over 1,200 tasty products to keep you on your straight and desperately narrower path. They have Carbolite ice cream, breads, pasta, chocolates, brownies, cookies, and lots more, which is why people love this store because they get variety, things with some taste to keep them happy. Delights is open every day, 7 days a week from 10 till 10, and they're located on the northeast corner of Glades and 441, right next to Boston Market. You can call them toll-free, 1-877-LOW-CARB, or on the Wicked Web, that's with a W, by the way. And now everything's with a W. And on the web, it's lowcarb.com, also with a W. Don't forget, there's only one Delights of West Boca for all you dieters out there. It's an incredible place. It's your official Atkins Retail Center.
Listening to Neil Rogers exclusively on 560 QAM.
Wonderful WQAM. Whoopee. On all the dial computers. On all the dial computers. On all the dial computers. Oh! On all the dial computers. Right now.
Absolutely.
The Nazi weasel tool from the GOP. Use this for a tool to help the neocons cheat. Throw them in the street and stack them in a big heap and set them all on fire till they melt out from the heat. Find all the dial computers. 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 Break them into pieces. Smash them with a bat. Destroy them all today. No one's gonna miss them. They don't work anyway. If Democrats don't grow back in 1960s balls, it won't be long before there ain't no Democrats at all. Find on the dial computers. We gotta have the cheat. Find on the dial computers. Oh, no, they're gonna beat them. Find on the dial computers. What the hell are they go down? Find on the dial computers. Yes. Find on the dial computers. Yes. Find on the dial computers. Yes. Find on the dial computers. Right now. Find on the dial computers.
That killed him, man. You see, I can't get out of my mind. This is part of that whole mesmerizing, that brainwashing effect when you keep repeating something over and over again.
Right.
I can't get out of my mind the two characters created by Boca Brian, the Mo Howard David character,
Right.
You know what I'm saying, and the Geldy character, as opposed to like the real people.
Right, great stuff.
And like I said before, if they would have been smart and put Boca Brian on there just to do the two voices back and forth, we'd have had a hell of a morning show, you know?
Great show.
I mean, with all due respect to Stern being on there, plus it probably would have ended right at 10 o'clock. But that would have been great.
Too bad there's no hockey. We could have had some good, NHL play-by-play bits.
Yeah, that would have been good.
Like Mo doing color or something like that.
Yeah, we do have one somewhere. It's a goal. But we have one somewhere, but it's in the thing.
Okay.
Anyway, it's been kind of painless these 2 days. I'm like, if you notice, I'm like staying in neutral here through the holidays. I mean, what's the point of like busting your balls and just go? And of course, I got to check out all them Avril Lavigne videos. How did the name even come up?
I don't know.
Jesus, God, quite frankly, she can't sing. The videos suck, and she's like a pencil head. Okay, you happy now?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Bye.